Hi, I'm Chris. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm delighted to welcome you to Fracture. I'll be your Dungeon Master tonight. Fracture is an experiment for us, our first long-running campaign. 5 new adventurers are flung into a strange new world, lost in the plains, and I can't wait to share all of the strange new things they discover with you. This is our first long-running campaign, so if you're looking for recaps of what's already happened, there should be a link in chat now to our YouTube channel, where there will be a full recap playlist. For those who are new to Dungeons & Dragons, everyone here is playing fantasy characters in a fantasy universe. They all have their own unique characters with character sheets that tell them who they are, what they can do. They mostly roll 20-sided dice to see how well they do things, with 20s being good and 1s being hilariously bad. But otherwise, we are improvising, telling stories with each other, and we hope you'll join us for the ride. When they play all their characters, I play the rest of the world, so I'll be playing every single person they encounter, all of the strange things that we've built into this strange new world that Fracture has to offer. Before we get too deeply stuck in, please meet all of our players, and let's have a word from our sponsors as well.
Hi, I'm Emma. I use the pronouns Em or Emma, and I'm playing Astariel, who goes by Astel or Astel and uses any pronoun. Astel is a bit of a chaotic wizard. He's not very good at studying. He doesn't like it. He likes a lion. And we're going to see how well he copes with the events of Fracture.
Hi, my name is Tom. I use he, him pronouns, as does, Wisdom Din. What about me? I'm 5 foot. Some people call me the tiny tiefling because of that. I like studying medicine. My mum's a medic. So I wasn't always a tiefling. There is a family curse on my head and a voice in the sword that I have with me at all times. But I'm going to go to school to learn how to get rid of that, so everything's going to be fine. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Ed. I will be playing Vuk Kronogorak, who is a Loxodon cleric of nature, uses he, him pronouns, is the first of his tribe to come to Stonywing Hall to attempt to become the mightiest cleric that the world has ever seen. He is a mighty arrangement with a mighty mace and a skin of slate, worships Sylvanus and with violet eyes.
Hi, I'm Lola, pronouns they, them, and I am playing Atlas, wise young Vambo of the woods, the Greenwood Grove to be exact.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Cleo, who also uses she, her pronouns. Cleo is an Earth Genasi monk. She's rather shy and not particularly good at talking to people, and she's just left home for the first time, equipped with a giant warhammer and the blessing of her adoring family, obviously, to go off and see if she can have a few adventures.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Hero Forge. Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. Hero Forge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of the collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive, cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. Playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our wonderful supporters, Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
Check out our supporters at D&D Beyond, your guide to digital D&D. Make character sheets online, share them in a campaign, and track all of those tasty little stats in one easy place. You can use the Beyond app to track your characters on the go. You can also use their encounter tracker and archive monsters to run any smooth combat thing. You know what I'm saying? You're a DM, you've done this before. You know D&D Beyond is the place to go. You can also check out our character sheets and exclamation point characters in Twitch chat below.
This stream will run for 3 hours, and there will be roughly a 5 to 10 minute break somewhere towards the middle. We run shows on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays at 6 p.m. Greenwich Meridian / British Summertime, which is 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. in mainland Britain, and 2 a.m. Tuesday mornings in Japan and parts of Australia. On Mondays, we run TTRPG streams. These can be one-shots, 4, 6, 8, or even 12 weeks long. You can always find our latest schedule at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg/schedule. On Tuesdays, we have our ongoing campaign, Fracture. And on Fridays, we have our talk show, Talk Together, and Talking is a Free Action, which lasts for 1 hour.
We are Roll Together RPG on all socials, so find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok. Links in chat.
Thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. You can find a link in chat. Help us make our shows from just £1, $1, or $1 gold piece, and unlock more tiers by joining. Our D20 Club are fab. They've created a fan Discord for us. They've also made a wiki page for Roll Together. You can find that at rolltogether.fandom.com.
Welcome to our podcast listeners. If you also would like to listen to us via podcast, you can search Roll Together RPG on your favourite podcast provider. If we're not there, let us know and we will add ourselves to that list.
Finally, we play with a diverse group of players who play a diverse set of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans and GNC positive, and we encourage and champion trans and GNC players in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own. And while we aim to avoid misgendering, we do acknowledge that it might happen. We have a company policy in place for correction, but please feel free to let us know if you think one has been missed. We play safe games at safe tables. !safety in chat will show you what we do, the TTRPG safety toolkit, as well as content warnings if you're looking to avoid certain topics. Grand. Right, here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fracture, episode 4? 4?
I can't do that.
Look, 4? I'm going to lose track of this. So let's say that now is 4. There
Yes.
we go. Good.
Okay.
Start off for that.
Because there's apparently a secret order in which we're now, like, numbering all of the episodes.
Yeah. Really?
Well,
Is
next time has to be 10, obviously.
Oh, I see.
Exactly.
Yeah, that fits. Actually, that's true.
Is there a secret order, or does Chris not know how to count?
Twist.
Thank you for joining us for our long-running D&D 5th edition campaign, Fracture. We are in a brand new world, which doesn't have a name yet. And the people here have all crash-landed in this world due to an unforeseen astral incident. Good wording. Like that.
It was relatively foreseen. Like, we gave plenty of warning. It's the person we were with did not pay attention to us.
Unforeseen by the person who was in charge, which is the only person who it mattered whether it was.
We didn't know we were going to be teleported.
The press release says unforeseen.
The press release says
That's what's happening in Waterdeep. All of the families have been...
There was an unforeseen incident.
Unforeseen astral incident, exactly.
Yeah, they are place. Looking into it.
They all crashed somewhere, and they don't know where. And it appears that this place has some rather peculiar things about it. For one, there's a lot of metal detritus around them, which seems to be to do with the fact that lots of things crash in this place. They also appear to be on a floating island, or a series of floating islands. Also weird. There's not much growing on these islands, although not much been investigated too much into that yet. And it appears that when you die, you don't. As Vuk, Ed, found out to his, I would say detriment, but still alive, so...
We don't know whether it's good or bad thing yet. It's fascinating.
So yes. At this point in time, the party have made their way through to find a group of survivors who are hanging out in this space, who appear to not want to leave for various reasons, or we're trying to survive here. But why is a bit curious. Maybe we'll find out today. And this entire space, known as the Sink, appears to also be under the control of a strange spider-like creature called Sevet of the Many Hands.
Oh, yes.
Who is definitely not the first boss. Anyway, so... Definitely not. In video game terms, this is not the sort of opening bit where you learn how the game works. No.
We're all learning to jump. It's very
Exactly,
exciting.
all learning to jump. The party have got to know each other a bit better. Last episode was a very nice sort of getting to know you. That's not the tune of the song either.
It was close. I enjoyed it.
And first arguments were had, which is good too. People started questioning each other about their lives and their choices, and their backstories are definitely all true. And Uslam lost his magical sword, which may or may not contain his soul.
Yeah.
I'm almost convinced it contains his soul. I never said that.
Come on, be fair. Uslam didn't lose anything.
Oh, it's true.
It's true.
Etzelus lost Uslam's sword. That is very true. Also, due to stealing it, because Uslam let them steal it, because that was...
So I asked, Uslam was like, yes, do the experiment.
Yeah.
And so we did the experiment. Unfortunately, the experiment has clearly gone very wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, I had nothing to do with this. I was not involved in any way.
A reminder that all of these characters are teenagers. Good.
Right. Was busy making Cleo cry.
Yeah. Also, yes, I have a gaslighty sword. The sword has told me many things.
Oh, that sword is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Luckily, that sword's soul appears to have vanished as you disappeared into this new plane of existence, which we're all very sad about.
Everyone's losing souls. It's very dramatic.
I'm sad about it. I love hearing Chris play snarky NPC swords.
No, this was creepy, snarky NPC sword. It was my least favorite. Maybe it'll come back. Anyway.
Oh, God. Oh, my ex is
Stop
back.
rambling and do show. Thanks, Chris. Most of the party are going to head for the tent, for they are mostly tents down here, of one Darvex Crowbeard, who some of you may recognize from previous adventures, who has also crashed here at some point. Islam is also making their way there, but in a different sort of state of affairs, mostly very worried about losing Atlas's sword, and the fact that no one around here has seen his sword.
Wrong way around. Atlas is making their way there.
Because of the
Worried
worry about
about
stealing
using
Islam's
Islam's
sword. And no one around has been particularly helpful.
Should we just call me Lum or something? Should we just
Jamal
shorten
was
it?
kind of helpful, though not quite as helpful as... Jamal didn't find it, so...
Shamal was very busy thinking about stuff, and it didn't quite work out. Anyway, you are all, by your various means, approaching Darvax Crowbeard's tent, some in groups, some not in groups, but all of you will eventually arrive there, I believe. Let's start with the bigger group of everybody who is heading over towards Crowbeard's tent. Are you discussing anything on the way? It is the middle of the night here, but because you crashed at a weird time and because time zones, planar time zones, you are currently wide awake.
Do we think we're safe here? I mean, I presume that they wouldn't be hanging around here if they weren't, but do you think there's anybody?
Do you wish to take into account the fact that we can't go home and we don't know what we're doing and we don't know any of these people?
True.
Most of the people here seem to be dead.
Oh.
Including you.
No, that's true, but that's actually quite positive. There's less to be scared of if you're already dead.
I mean, if you're putting it into those terms, then I guess the worst things happen to you, so things can only get better. Yeah.
No, that's not. No.
No, or you could slowly decay, lose your cognition. Your motor, the life force keeping you going, could just vanish at any point because we don't know what it is. It will be fine.
So it's just like being alive, really. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Pretty much.
It's like a second life, isn't it? Like, try again.
I've got another chance. I thought I'd done quite well with the first one. Well, anyway, I've got a second chance. Great.
I think if we die, basically, we just have to make sure that the body is still there because, like, Keek? Was it Keek? We only met them once.
Yes, that's so Catholic.
Here, their ghost is still around. Not here specifically, but in the sink, and you just left them.
Keek's body was gone.
Keek's body's gone.
Like, they're a ghost, and your body's still here, and you're inside your body. So I think the main aim, if anyone dies, is to just make sure the body is still,
around,
usable.
All right. That does make sense.
It does feel like worst case scenario though. Maybe we should try just not to die in the first place.
I think, yes, that is the best plan. I didn't try. It wasn't, yes.
I sort of crash landed out of an interplanar ship by the adult who had duty of care, so you shouldn't need to feel too bad about it.
Yes. Yes.
I'm so glad that they escaped all the consequences and left us with them.
Well, there was a major consequence to what happened. They evaporated, but
They didn't seem to mind though. They didn't seem very happy about that.
I assume they stopped caring, so like once that's happened. I'm sure they were a good teacher when they were corporeal, but maybe things change after you move on.
I think there's a way to stop caring without being evaporated first.
Yeah.
Caring is important though.
You just take a few deep breaths and just distance yourself from the thing and go it doesn't really matter to me anyway.
Quick side eye at Asta. Yeah, no, that's
that works, I'm sure.
Yeah. Just bury it deep down, bro. I'll never bother you again. Good.
Can't find it if I bury it real deep.
Atlas, this probably seems a good time for you to be approaching the tent as the others are coming to the outside of it. You can either wait and let them go in first or encounter them. I think your passive stealth must be higher than the perceptions of most of this party, so I reckon you can give yourself a bit of leeway if you want to just...
If Atlas sees them approaching, he might go... Oh...
Come out with jazz hands. You know you want to.
No, it's going to be a very kind of quiet slink in behind you all.
What is your passive stealth? I assume you're not rolling for this.
No, maybe.
Your passive perception, I believe, is the highest in the party because it's ahead of Cleo's, who is also
It's
wisdom based.
15. It's like it's
You're level 2.
true.
And what's your passive stealth?
What counts as my passive stealth?
It's your stealth modifier plus 10.
Oh, 14.
It's not that high.
Better than my perception.
Better than most people's perception, I think. If you wanted to just quietly sneak in behind the others, you're perfectly welcome to.
Yeah, so, okay. That's probably what, if I see them going, I'd be like,
Yeah, just don't draw attention.
Anxiously.
From your shoulder, you will hear...
I think it's like, oh, that's the back. Ooh. Yep. We're just kind of wandering, but like at the back, kind of going, oh.
This is beautifully harsh.
As the five of you head in, Darvax's tent, which was pointed out to you earlier, is one of those large military-style tents with a central hub and then smaller parts on either side of it. It's also hanging off the side of a large piece of metal that's clearly a larger crashed ship that's made its way through to even this low. It is therefore quite a large space inside.
Is it, sorry Chris, is this space like lots of crashed ships that have all stacked on top of each other and therefore made some sort of like detritus land? So every layer is crashed ship? Or is it like there's land and the ship has plunged into it?
Are you asking me or is Aster asking me?
Ooh.
Well, I was asking you because I'm interested, but I suppose that means that Astel is interested because like we came down through ships, didn't we?
Yeah,
like,
we came down through one ship in particular, yes. There's lots of rock around here too.
There's rock as well?
There's rock as well, yes.
Okay. So it's not just like... It's not just like a platform of dead ships all stuck together.
Are you asking me? Or is Aster asking me?
Let's ask.
Roll me an investigation check.
Okay. Can I use my passive investigation?
You can use your passive if it's... roll for it, and if not your passive... Roll for it, if it's higher than your passive, I'll give you like an insight.
Okay.
Work out if it's rock or metal. Like,
No, please.
It is one lower than my passive.
Oh, then it's your passive. What's your passive?
17.
That's high enough.
Wow.
Okay. There is rock, so there clearly was some kind of structure here beforehand. However, the rock that is here is mostly I've forgotten the word. The one that was igneous is the one that is made of fire. What's the one that's made of packing down? Metamorphic?
Sedimentary?
Sedimentary. I think it's sedimentary.
Most of the rock here is sedimentary, so it's packed down, which is exactly the kind of space where you would expect to see packed down rock and things packing down on top of it. So maybe some ancient ships crashed here and they were all made of stone, or maybe the stone's just broken down parts of ancient ships. Who can say? How old is time?
I love that idea.
How old is well, I can say later when I go and do some excavating.
As long as you get a good map and say it belongs in a museum. Good. Which it doesn't. Anyway. So, as you step inside, Darvax is sat in a rather... It's like a hammocky sort of chair thing that's clearly sort of been set up over time and is clearly lounging and sort of gets up and straightens a bit and... of course, good to see you. Sorry, it's quite late here, but I don't think that's a problem anymore. And he's looking around kind of nervously.
Sorry, we didn't mean to disturb you. We can...
No, it's fine, it's fine. I'll just, is about to say something when a ghostly figure floats through from another side of this space and just is clearly pottering around and doing this. They're a dwarf. They have lovely sort of purplish coat with lapels on and are just bumbling their way around, and Darvax looks at them, looks at you.
As I said, we could come back later if you...
No, it's fine.
This is unusual. Should we introduce ourselves?
We've got guests! Oh, Darby, you should have said! And the ghost will float over to all of you and go, it's a pleasure to meet you all. Oh, sorry. And we'll back up a little bit and go, none of you are scared of ghosts, are you?
Depends what you want to do. No, not at all.
No, I'm just here to chat. And, hello, everybody. I obviously can't do any of the things that I'd normally do when we have guests, but Darby can go make teas and coffees and that sort of thing if you want something.
Tea would be magnificent, I think. Does anyone else want tea?
Tea would be. Thank you.
Sure.
It's made of some local stuff. I'll go make it.
Is there coffee? Do you have coffee? Is there coffee here?
We have something that's like coffee.
Yes, that please.
Okay. And
nice.
Darvax will slightly skulk off to the back through a flap and like a...
Have we just casually interrupted some kind of romantic chat?
You have no idea.
I mean,
ghosts get that romantic? I feel
I think they are clearly there to chat.
Have you not
have
read
a lot of
Wuthering
romantic
Heights?
heart-to-hearts?
I mean, it'd be
Sexy
kind of
ghost
like
outside window.
sexting, wouldn't it? Like, you know.
They're in person.
And then they ghost. Like
Very good, Tom.
Thank you. I'll be sleeping for the rest of this campaign.
Would you like to sit down? I can't offer you any chairs, but there are loads here.
Well, very well. And Book does that thing of sort of taking everything slightly too literally and just sits down where he is. That seems fine.
Do you want a chair?
No, perfectly happy.
No.
Okay.
I'm presuming I'm still taller than most people.
Yeah.
Even sat down. That's kind of the...
I'm sorry, you were saying. Looks clear.
We didn't mean to interrupt. Arvin said that Darvex would be free, but we can absolutely go away and come back later.
You're not interrupting at all. I mean, I don't tend to leave the tent because, well, you're new, aren't you? I've not seen you before.
Yes.
Just making sure. Good. Okay. Well, you're here for the chat then. And Darvex will reappear with trays and mugs and...
Hang on. That sounds suspiciously like what my mum said before she told me the most embarrassing thing I've ever heard in my life.
Not that chat.
Okay,
no,
great.
Not that chat.
Well,
You're
I don't
fine.
want to do that again.
What's that?
Oh, we said we were going to... Claire, we are going to do it later.
Okay.
It's just fine. It's natural. It's perfectly fine. It's
I'm so confused, but okay.
Book is. I don't know if elephants can blush, but whatever it is that they do,
well, you can.
Sitting in the middle of Book is sitting in the middle of the floor.
It's just like, oh my god!
Not Ed. Book can.
Yeah.
Well, please sit. And Darvex will hand us in. Usually in the daytime. Anyway.
In the daytime, people don't sit down?
No, in the daytime, Gatecrasher would be less talkative. I would. Days are... It's funny. I always assumed that ghosts only existed at nighttime, but we don't. We exist all the time. But daytimes are when we sleep, which is interesting. Didn't know that. Know it now.
Right.
I'm going to look at the others because, yeah.
When you're going to go outside and look at the... Sorry.
No.
What do you mean? You're going to go outside and look at the other ghosts?
No. Points of the ghost. You're Gatecrasher, right?
Aye.
Does the name Keek mean anything to you?
Keek.
They're new as well.
Gatecrasher.
Sorry, and what did you say?
Say Gatecrasher.
Yeah, I did. Say Gatecrasher.
Cool.
And said dwarf and...
Do I know a Keek?
Very rash. Didn't like taking other people's opinions into.
Sounds like my kind of person, honestly.
Our Cocker, from Waterdeep.
I do remember Waterdeep. I always liked, what's that plane called? Faerun.
Yeah.
Always liked it.
Good.
Things seem to keep happening there. You know?
Yes.
Yeah, true.
Very active place.
Did you move around between planes a lot?
I did. I'm sorry to say in this form, starting to forget them, but it's fine. This is what happens.
About that, Keek died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay, honestly. But then they ended up stuck to the spot where they died as a ghost, and we spoke to a very nice other person who ended up stuck to the spot where they died as a ghost. And you're stuck to this tent.
Well, looks at Darvex, looks at all of you. I mean, I presume you're here to have this conversation with me, so I guess it's time we had it. Darvex looks a little bit sheepish, and we'll can go. I didn't want to throw it all at you in one go, and I'm not the best person to talk about how this all works. I have my things I know about, but this is a little beyond me, and Gatecrasher knows some things. So once you're done talking, we can talk about what we do, if you're okay with that. That would...
Okay, yeah. Makes sense.
Turns to Gatecrasher, if you need anything, you just let me know. Or if you forget something and you want to check in, I know, I'll talk to you, and it's fine, don't worry. There is There is look at two people who would usually give each other a hug or something at this point in time, but can't and therefore don't.
Oh, that's very cute.
And Darvex goes to another part of the tent, and you're left with Gatecrasher. Okay, you're all seated, you all have hot drinks. Probably a good place to start.
Follow Darvex.
Oh, shit!
That's going to be some stealthiness.
As they combat roll across the floor.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll a stealth check? Actually, making an active choice to do something stealthy. I don't think the others would necessarily have noticed you, although there would have been 5 cups on the trays if anyone was particularly observant.
I think that's the point of noticing. Wait, 5 cups about to turn.
Do I?
Yeah.
Alyssa's passive stealth is the same as Cleo's passive perception.
Oh, okay. You might have seen me.
She's not going to do
Okay,
it.
that's an 18 on the dice plus 4.
Shit. Esselis leaves the room and none of you see it happen.
Wow.
Gatecrash doesn't even notice it happening.
Yeah, I don't think Vuk noticed Atlas was there.
We will get to that conversation in a minute. How fascinating.
Excellent.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Gatecrash will not even notice that Atlas has left. So, you're here now. I think the most important thing to say for now is that we don't know how to leave here.
Right.
We know people who have left here, but they've not returned, so we don't know if you can leave here.
The plane or the rocky bit?
Well, the rocky bit, specifically at this point, because that's all we currently have in terms of information, but, well, if you're okay talking about planes, let's start there. This plane is locked, disconnected.
How did we get here then?
Same way everyone else did. I don't know.
Oh.
It looks like there's some kind of rift, and this is the sinkhole at the end of it. Seems to be certainly the impression I would get from all of this. Lost souls finding a home, who can say? But for the purposes of how all of us experience the planes, or have traveled through the planes, as you clearly have, we can't leave here. We've not found a way to leave here, and I mean, I am obviously limited in what I can achieve these days, ghostly hands, but it doesn't seem to be possible. Planes have a kind of energy, kind of planar energy that suffuses them and allows for, the magic that allowed me and people like me to travel between planes.
Yeah, can we discuss that? Does it involve keys?
Yes, it does. Darvex has my key.
For example, one of these keys, could they potentially leave?
No.
No.
The planar magic that allowed us to travel between planes coalesces in the keys, and as far as we can tell, anyone using a key that comes here, the overload, disintegrates the body, gestures themselves.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, a couple of 1,000 years old, but everyone's got to go at some point. And at least I'm gone in a place where I don't go anywhere, technically.
True.
That ties in with what I'm about to tell you. Planes, the reason why the planar constellations that you know exist is partially so we can travel through them, so different planes exist, but there's a more wider cosmic order reason why. It's the ethereal plane connects to the astral plane, which allows souls, when people die, to leave their bodies and go where they belong.
Oh, right.
That's a process that's been going on since I've been around. And that is why when people die, they stop moving, and that is the end. That doesn't happen here. The soul enters the border ethereal, trying to find a calling where it needs to go. And there's nowhere to go. So the soul stays with the body, often reanimates it. If there's no body to reanimate, it tends to float nearby, like me. And then that's it. There's nothing else that happens. The body slowly decays, as bodies do when they're not running. Live bodies do too, but in the dead it is faster, obviously. And once someone is a ghost, they start to decay similarly, start losing facts, names, ideas.
Right.
Darby talks to me daily. Helps. But
So it's good to talk. It's good to keep the brain awake.
It is good. Having this conversation helps. I've had it many, many times, and I'll probably have it many, many times again.
That's good. That's something.
Yeah.
So you're just stuck here forever.
If I've tried, if a spirit leaves what is little is left of their body, even if it's the smallest part, if it leaves where the body died, if it leaves the last place that it knew, they start to lose all of this faster. I find that most spirits I try and talk to have already started to lose the need, the drive to carry on, to do anything new.
Yes.
Holding on to mine, but yeah, that's the long and short of it.
So they need to not move away from where they were.
What happens once the decay is complete, if there's nowhere to go?
I've never seen this happen. I've only conjecture that once the body stops being, forgive the word, usable, the soul leaves it, much like I am now.
But then, I don't know how to ask this without being indelicate. When someone who is just a spirit without a body loses all of their faculties until there's nothing recognizable of them left, what then? Do they
stop? Do they keep going?
Just fade away.
Just fade away.
And maybe then they get through to their
no
afterlife?
I think it's the death of a soul.
There's nowhere to go. There is no afterlife. The afterlife is a real place, and they can't travel there because this plane is locked.
This is horrible.
Why is the plane locked?
We don't know. It looks like it was, as far as I can tell from the little experimentation I've been able to do, through Darby, obviously. It looks like this plane was designed to be locked. Beyond that, we don't really have anything. I don't know anything about this world. I can't travel to see it. We can't exactly come and go from the sink. People can't come here to tell us anything.
The people who have left, was it against their will always, or was it actually by design?
People who wanted to leave didn't want to stay here and didn't want to help trying to make this place somewhere where people could stay and potentially could come back to and tell us more information about the world that we live in, but
they were all running away. Yes.
Yeah.
Do message spells get through from other planes to here?
No.
Oh.
No.
No sendings, no, nothing. I'm sorry. I know this is a lot to take in.
Well, it just gives us an even bigger challenge than what we thought we already had. Would it not be...
I've studied this plane as much as I can, and part of my job here, part of what I do, is answer questions. So whatever you have, I'm here. I'd like to help.
Do you think... Obviously, you don't feel free. You can't feel free, but do you feel like... Do you feel like the people who have thrived here only do so on despair, if you see what I mean? They're the ones who can survive the best in this desolate place.
So depressing. Do you know that?
I'm only...
Is everything that goes through your brain really, really sad?
I don't think he's been depressing enough. If there is nowhere to go, if you live, you die, you're trapped here, and finally you ultimately vanish, there is no point to anything at all.
Well,
Why not? You can still do stuff while you're conscious.
That's what I'm thinking.
Positive existentialism.
Something in it. No, let's not go down that route.
I mean, I've got some books if you want.
Help other people, better yourselves.
Exactly.
Explore, find out what's going here.
You help other people so they can live a little longer or happier before they also die, are trapped here and have no hope of anything better ever.
If they're trapped here and they can't eat, for starters, we can help by getting them food.
Exactly.
So they can live a little longer before they inevitably die, are trapped here.
But that's all life.
Not if there's somewhere to go afterward.
But this is why I was asking the question, because very, very wonderful to meet you and speak to you, Gatecrasher, and you do. I have obviously thought and investigated this a lot, but it seems like it's a locked system as well as a locked plane.
Funny you should say, because I used to travel the planes. That was my life. That was what I did, and I loved it. It's wonderful. What a life that I don't lead anymore, and I should be sad about that, right?
Potentially, but this is happy here.
This is amazing. What is this place? Why did they do this? Whoever they are, because someone did. Planes aren't naturally locked. Planes are naturally open. The whole planar system that we know is connected in the way that it is because the gods chose to make it that way, and gods are real. Like, they're real people. Gods, but so something here is different, and I don't know what it is. Is it a prison? Is it some kind of elaborate scheme on some other level? I don't know. I wish to know. I can't leave here, but hopefully we can get some of these plans Darby has in motion, which means we can find out. There's always the chance to find out more things.
You're the living embodiment of, provided you look at something for long enough, it always becomes interesting.
If you say so. That's very kind of you to say as well. Anyway.
There must be a way to look. There must be a way to see.
Well, there's more things on this plane. We've seen them through the window. There's definitely places you can go and things you can see. But we just haven't been able to leave here because of, well, the nasty person upstairs. But that's all right.
Wait, the nasty person?
Yes.
Which one?
Seven, thank you. The one with many hands. The one with all the little robots.
They stop every... Well, surely that should be the thing to focus on getting rid of then.
Well, that's one of Darby's things. It's what you need to talk about.
As long as it wasn't just being taken and...
No.
As long as there was some kind of resistance. That...
Yeah, you're looking at
the
it.
resistance.
Great.
We are in the resistance.
The resistance.
Vive la revolution.
No, sorry, Vuk.
No. There wasn't anything more sensible to come out.
So is this how it goes with every new arrival? You tell us that everything is pointless and we're all going to die, and then Darvax tells us that there's a resistance, and yet how many arrivals have you had and you're still here starving? So clearly the fight isn't going very well.
But we could change that. Well, I don't mean we could change that, but...
That's a question for Darby, not for me. I'm much more the theoretical these days, why this is the way it is, what we can do about it. If you want practical questions, Darvax can answer those, and we'll be happy to, I'm sure.
I feel this is a powder keg waiting to go off this place. There's so much we can do. Or maybe that's just me wanting to do something before I fade away, but let's leave a mark here, for goodness sake.
Did you die as well?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Well, it seems to be fine. Everybody who
you don't feel fine. Yeah, people say that. They feel exactly the same, just, missing something or the hole somewhere.
Yeah.
Did you have a hole? You didn't tell us about the hole.
Well, there is, and the armor will shift slightly, and you will be able to see.
It's about yay wide. It's not that wide, really. And
gestures to like a gaping.
My entire chest is gone.
It is, exactly.
It's like yay wide, and it's sort of up the side here, and it's definitely a hole you straight through. And not to be too gory or visceral around it, but there's definitely bits.
Do you want that? I mean, I've got the med kit. I could stitch that closed. If that makes you feel better.
Well, I don't want stuff leaking. Do you think you could?
Yeah,
would that be all right?
I'll give you some butterfly stitches.
But
yeah.
imagine if you didn't, and then if we had to cross like a rope bridge, we could just put Vuk on the rope and sort of push.
I was about to say, you should take proper care of that body of yours, because it will decay faster.
No, I know.
Being used as a rope bridge might not be the most advantageous way of looking after it.
Strong enough, but if I could have some stitches before we do that.
Yeah, I can look at Asta. I kind of want to know where that was going. Are we going to ride him across the rope? Or
worse. Ed actually quite wants to do it. Whether or not
if you want to destroy your body fast, that is your prerogative.
In 4 episodes, we'll just reopen the hole and go.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
amazing.
While they're having this conversation, Etelis, you had snuck after Darvex.
Oh man! Wow.
Darvax?
Oh. Do you not want to talk to Gatecrasher? They know a lot about this place.
I'm sure they do. It's just so I have a bit of an issue. You see, Yuslan, that's the tiny horned person with the I've lost his soul.
Wow. That's a big opening.
How?
So, I didn't realise it was his soul first, but it was this sword that he was always had, and like I tried to steal it way back when because it was really shiny and really like interesting, but it kept going back to him, and then so now that we're here, it's different and it's not quite as shiny, but we wanted to experiment with whether it would go back to him, and so he said it was okay if I stole it and hid it to see if it would come back to him, and I did, and it's gone.
Okay, so you misplaced a sword.
No, because I didn't actually put it very far away.
Okay.
Because I got distracted. But
where did you put it?
It was just outside our it was like behind our tent, and it had a note on it and everything.
You left a sword outside the tent with a note on it.
Yes.
And it got taken?
Well, it's not there.
That is strange. People here don't tend to steal from each other because we don't have
I'm hearing that, and I got told off by Shamal because I took the sword, even though he said it was okay.
Shamal's got
this time.
Shamal's got very strong feelings about what you should and shouldn't do. That's okay. So you're missing a sword and someone here took it.
Well, I mean, everyone keeps saying that no one else takes things. So maybe someone else here didn't take it, but it's gone. And I need help to find it because I need to get you some of his soul back. And I should tell him, but I'm kind of scared to tell him.
Has anything else strange happened?
No, not really. I mean, no. I mean, everything is strange here. Like, it's completely different, and there are no trees. And
I understand.
Oh, I mean, there's this. Like, I didn't see any other bugs upstairs other than the creepy scuttly ones. But like,
at the bug, and you point it on your shoulder. Darvex will do literally this expression. I mean, it's a skeleton, so you know. But it's just a. May I? And we'll lean over towards your shoulder.
Well, I mean, it seems very nice. Oh, okay.
Nothing wrong with it. It's just has an attitude problem. And the intake will go, oh, and we'll start running down your arm like, no. Start running away.
It's kind of, Etelis kind of raising their arm, like letting it run down, but also bringing it closer to the other hand. It's like, oh, well, no, it's okay. And we'll kind of cup it in a calm.
Those will just pick it up and hold it. Has your friend, by any chance, did they have a big connection back home that's now gone?
Oh, see, that was the problem with the sword. He said that it belonged to an uncle that turned it into a tiefling, and he wasn't a tiefling before, apparently. The sword just kind of fell out of the sky. He went to investigate it, and it stabbed him in the chest, and then he had to be like, oh yeah, I want to be alive, and he turned into a tiefling.
He's got a warlock pact.
Yes, I think that's how that's how.
That explains everything. All right. You need to give this to him. Looks at it with like a sort of raised eyebrow and some disdain.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a bug.
No, it isn't.
Okay.
I don't know.
So what? I'm sorry I lost your soul, but here's a bug.
You can phrase it however you want, but that's what's happened.
But what is it?
Okay, I don't know exactly. Like your friend, I too had a pact with people back home, and when I got here, I wasn't connected. I still had some of my abilities, but they started to fade. And then one of those came, and now I've got all my abilities again. I don't fully understand it. They don't speak. They don't tell us anything, but
will this save his soul?
I'll have to assume so. If they're taking over pacts for people, then some kind of force, some kind of power we don't know anything about.
Give.
This is Jiminy Cricket the Almighty.
Very.
Talk is a shame.
Don't lie, Atlas.
To be fair, Pinocchio killed Jiminy Cricket with a hammer.
Atlas is holding out
film in the book.
their hands and is very carefully cradling this bug now.
The bug in the other hand is going, no! He's flailing around wildly. And then put in your hand, it'll sort of scuttle around and like, yes, good. And we'll just sit there happily.
It's like, okay.
Oh.
And now Atlas is going to very carefully, staring at the bug, make their way back over.
Guess I'll talk to you later. Yeah, okay. Good. Right. Back in the other room with the other conversation. So did you have any more questions about, theory of this world as far as being able to put it together? Like the planar connections and what happens when you die and that sort of thing?
I think you explained it pretty clearly.
Oh, good. I'm glad. People sometimes want to know more detail.
Again, nothing comes in, nothing comes out. Sort of. Gods don't seem to. You can't communicate with the other planes. It's.
Wait, so hang on. Just to check. The Thunder cannot see us here.
No.
Oh, boo. What about angels?
I have not met any, so I have to assume there aren't any here, but beyond that, angels are creatures from another plane that come to planes to bring the holy light and stuff like that, and well, I've not seen any here, and there's no way for them to get in, so I have to assume they aren't, unless they're born here, maybe? I don't know. Don't know enough about the world yet. I want to know more.
Maybe they could crash land. Everything seems to crash land here, so maybe...
That is also true.
We could crash land an angel. I think
We've not seen many of what I would call creatures outside of a plane of existence. You know, the ones like the demons and the fairies and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Although people who have the ability to cast magic from their deities can still cast magic. That still happens.
Oh yes, I'm aware.
Have you tried communing with your deity? People say they can't commune, but there's still some kind of magical essence they can tap into.
I was never that. I've never spoken directly to my own god yet.
Oh. I don't think you will here, from what other people have said.
That is a shame.
Wow, sound more upset.
Oh no!
Oh, it's fucking shame.
Are there any wizards here?
In this camp, wizards tend to be the ones that leave first.
So that makes sense because they learn spells and then they just... I mean, I could already go, but we've chosen not to. So there's no one here I could potentially learn from then on your own self-study sort of style business.
I mean...
What we're talking about.
I can try and find you some books.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe.
See what? Plan. Come with me and we'll look at some books.
Right now?
Why not?
Sorry, just before you go, just to make really, really clear something. This means anyone back in Faerun can't follow us here.
Well, no one has. That doesn't mean that they can't, but they wouldn't know. If I was trying to find somebody with the magics that I had available, they wouldn't point me to anywhere on any plane, because this place doesn't exist anywhere on any plane that we're aware of, you see. And if I tried to send a message or to locate something, I couldn't, because you're not here. You wouldn't be there. No one's there.
We're outside everything.
Seems so.
Huh. Thank you. I just wanted to be sure.
No, you're fine. Sure. Okay, should we look at some books? And just before I do it, I need to have a little private chat with your friend over there. Points at Vuk. Atlas, you can re-enter at this point. It's probably quite good timing.
I'll just drink this tea while we're waiting.
The tea's surprisingly nice, a bit stale. It's clearly been in the box for a long time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Because you can't eat tea. Well, I wouldn't recommend it. Right. Vuk the Gatecrasher will take you off to one side. Ask the Gatecrasher will want to show you some books if you're looking for books about specific things.
We have a moment, and Etelis and Ursula are having a chat. I'll have a chat with Cleo. I'll line up.
With Cleo?
Yes,
lovely.
please.
Oh, nice.
Not necessarily immediately, but like.
Darvax hasn't re-entered the space. Yes, so Doris isn't back. Which conversation do we want to have first? Because we've got 2 groups of 2 and...
Let Etelis give us the bug.
Yeah, let's see what happens. I'm good with that.
I'm really looking forward to this.
Bug chats.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God, you're dying.
What?
So I spoke to Darvax, and
good.
your sword is gone because I don't know what happened to it. But this I think I'm very unclear. But I spoke to Darvax about the soul thing and warlock packs, and apparently this now has your soul. This bug. I don't know what you need to do. Do you eat it?
The bug looks around at all of you the 2 of you. It's like bright eyes of wonder, except it's a bug, so it's just looking up.
Well, maybe you just let it crawl on you? No, you need to take it.
Wait, what? I need to... Okay,
Starts staring intently at Uslam.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
We'll hand it to Uslam.
Yeah.
Step on Uslam's hand.
Hi. My name's Uslam Din.
Atlas is gnawing on his fingers. Do you feel like your soul is back? No? Oh.
The bug fans its wings out.
Hi.
Was the thing that came into my head as well.
Podcast listeners, Tom just lifted the bug towards his mouth.
Yes. That was really close.
If you try to feel his mouth, they'll go, whoo, and they back up off the hand like,
Okay. I'm not going to eat you.
Bugs can't do this, but the bug goes, whoo.
Somehow with like a little handkerchief.
Yes, the bug just wiped my brow.
Yeah. Hi. Are you my soul? Because I didn't think I'd be that kind of colour, but
so lovely green and purple.
Purple, yeah. Sort of like try and like put it up on my.
Try and do the thing now.
What thing?
You know you said that
Vuk is still sitting. I've been sitting next to Vuk, so Vuk's just there.
So you said that your magic didn't feel that, like, okay, you can't make your sword light out anymore because it's gone. What else could you do?
I mean, I can. Do you have like a dagger or something? Maybe it's just.
I don't really have any metal on me.
No, of course you don't.
No, I don't either.
I cast.
If you're looking for weaponry, we've got plenty. There's some over there. The Gatecrasher will just.
Oh, thanks, Gate. Atlas, this is Gatecrasher.
Hi.
Hello.
They're very important.
Atlas was part of our team with.
Oh, right. Do you want me to have the conversation again?
Oh.
No?
I mean,
yes?
I think I'm, like, right now, I just want to make sure that your soul is okay.
I will try to catch you up on
Sure. Fine. Yeah. I'm here if you need me.
There is, and Vuk produces out of his backpack a sickle, if you want to use that. Yeah.
Take the sickle. I'm like, okay.
The bug will look at the sickle with a look of like, The fuck is that?
Gotta ask you to jump in.
Very expressive bug.
For the podcast listeners, I am holding my hand over my back. I'm also holding a sickle. Look, I used to cast... Like, I'd touch the sword and then I'd be able to do the magic, and now I can't do the magic because I don't have this. I'm worried that the sword's gone back to whatever was in it, and it's just going to keep passing the hereditary curse. So maybe my sister's just got stabbed in the chest. So,
The bug shrugs.
Yeah, no, that's not your problem. I know. Right, yes, actually, Gatecrasher, do you have like a long sword or something?
Hi.
All right, I'll have my sickle back then. It pops out of your hand.
I'm used to fighting with the sword. The sickle.
It's fine. You don't need to take the long sword. That's fine.
I don't into the bug. He died. I put the bug up on my shoulder and I walk over and
yes, get the long sword. That is a completely reasonable idea. There's no point
loosely behind you. It's very anxiously.
If you pick up a long sword from your shoulder, you will once again get.
Oh.
No. Okay, put the sword back. Okay, Bug, we're playing the fun game, hotter or colder. I put my hand out and I start moving my hands along the weapons.
As you put your hand out, you swear you can feel the sword's grip in your hand.
Wow.
Do you grip?
I have the power. I grab the sword.
Genuinely do. As you grab the sword, the sword materializes in front of you with a green and purple flourish. A bit flamey, but less flamey than you're used to.
Excellent.
Da 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 da.
Da na 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 na.
Does this mean that it's returned to you?
Yeah.
Oh,
that was brilliant.
Thank you.
Oh, I enjoyed that a lot.
Wrapping on the conversation elsewhere, shop.
Sorry, in which case Ed is saying, I was brilliant. I enjoyed that a lot.
I think if it is across the room, I sort of turn and hold it up to Barker and I'm like, sword.
Oh. That's the...
Just say, new sword. Okay, that's...
It's the same sword.
Yeah. New. Yeah, that's...
So it returned to you and I didn't lose it?
No.
Oh, bless you.
And maybe my sister won't get stabbed through the chest. Okay. Thanks, Bug. Sorry, are you okay with me calling you Bug? Do you have another name you'd like me to call you? Okay. I'll think of a cool name for you. Just Bug for now. Thank you, friend. And I look at Atlas. Thank you for We're cool. We're good. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm. I'm really glad that I didn't lose your sword, and I'm really sorry that I took it and hid it.
No, I asked you.
I know.
I'm cavalier.
I know.
That's one of my flaws.
I think I probably should stop doing things without thinking.
I mean, yes, but you made a mistake because not a mistake. I asked you to do it. You didn't do anything wrong, and you fixed it. That's the thing.
I know.
Something bad happened, and then you fixed it. So,
but I was really worried, and I didn't. I should have told you straight away, and I didn't. I just went hunting for it.
No, you went looking. You tried to fix it, and then you came to me.
You don't need to make me feel better about it.
Okay.
I'm just saying that I'm going to do better.
Acknowledged. Thank you. But I don't have a sheath for the sword, so I'm just like...
Well, I was going to say, you just stick it in your bag.
Do you? What do you normally do with the sword?
Sort of put it back where the scabbard was. Sort of.
As you move back, it will...
Into the scabbard, which is there.
No, there's no scabbard.
Just vanishes.
Just vanishes.
And then draw it out, so...
That's really cool.
Nice.
That is wicked.
Back. Shh. Nice. Okay. Cool. I can't be disarmed. That's something. Oh, wow. Okay.
You can be disarmed. You could just call it back to you.
Yeah, true.
Technically, someone can take it away.
Looking across the room at Asta, and I'm like,
Why, Asta? Why?
I would imagine this is quite a small tent, so we're not really having private conversation.
Exactly. This privacy is not
It's
really
quite a big tent, surprisingly large still a tent.
Look at it, Cleo, and also give Cleo the thumbs up. It's like, hey, everyone's got opinions today.
Are Asta and Cleo talking, or should Vuk and the Getcrash talk first?
It's all going to happen, isn't it? Whatever you want.
I think it's up to you.
Is yours going to be unbearably sad?
Yeah.
We'll do ours first.
I will make it sadder. I don't know what you want to talk about, but gauntlet thrown.
Challenge accepted.
Could we start again? I feel like we got off on the wrong foot earlier. I'm Astel. I'm really bad with people, and yep, that's sorry.
Oh, no one ever says sorry. Hi, I'm Cleo. I'm also not great with people.
Bodes well, doesn't it?
Getting cross.
That's
I don't know, because Uslam and Vuk both seem quite good with people, so if we stick with them. Attalus is also here.
I'm not sure Vuk is, well, okay. Uslam's really good with people.
Yeah, and I think Vuk is dead, and that seems to have given him a new lease of misery.
He's so mopey about it.
Look at me, I'm dead. Oh.
I think if anyone died, they're allowed to be sad for a little bit, right?
Yeah, especially if you just found out there's no hope of a nice eternity, just a dead eternity.
What were you going to do before your eternity anyway? Was it always just like, just hang around until you get to your eternity? What's the plan?
Oh, I was the plan changed quite recently, but I wanted to do exciting things, but then when you're done with those exciting things, it's sort of nice to go to the nice genie in the sky and...
Maybe we can still, find a way to get you to the genie in the sky so you can look at diamonds.
I would like that. Without going back to Faerun, no, that would be even better.
Don't think there's any chance of that.
Well, yeah, the best plan seems to be if we can kill Sebit and then get food, get the people off here or make here sustainable, and then go and unplug the plane. It'll be easy. We're definitely powerful warriors and mages, and it's going to be completely fine. Sorry, I was trying sarcasm. Did it work?
It did. No, it did. Landed perfectly. It was just also really depressing.
I've been spending too long with Vuk, I think.
Wow.
It's a good plan. Let's do that. I mean,
Yes.
I guess at some point we'll be able to unplug the plane, even if it's in like a,
And if we die along the way, apparently it's fine.
We just keep going.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, look, the Getcrash will take you to one side. I don't want to have this chat necessarily with your friends around because it's personal.
Right.
There is no nice way to say this, so I'm just going to step up to the plate and say it, not prevaricate or talk around it at all.
Get on with it.
Yep. You don't have to stay.
What do you mean?
When people die, they tend to reanimate into their bodies because, no one expects to die. They think they're just fine and they just went to sleep and woke up again. And they just carry on.
Yes.
You can choose to stop existing now. You're dead.
Thank you for telling me. I don't want to do that. I want.
Good.
I think I feel more alive now than I ever have. Everything was so settled before, but now I've got a purpose. I need to stop. I want to get back to how things were, and that is a much bigger driving force than anything else I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get back to my own plane. Yes, yes.
You might occasionally feel different about it, and that's fine. Look, your soul is sticking around because you want it to.
Yes.
You're staying here because you want to. Don't forget that.
Yes. Yes.
I'm staying here because I want to. Other people may choose not to. And you have that choice too if you want it now.
Right. That's... Strangely, that's rather comforting.
There's nowhere to go.
Do whatever I want. No, exactly.
There's no... I don't know what you believe in, but there's no afterlife. There's no...
Oh, but there is. Just we can't get there. That's the greatest challenge. No, that's... Thank you. That actually makes this more clear. I don't know if it makes it better or worse or what, but makes it more clear. I've got to do something. If I'm going to stay here, which I have to, then I have to do something. That's positive, I think. For me, anyway.
That is how I felt at first too. Yeah.
What changed?
Well, it's not always easy.
Yes.
There are things you might have wanted to do that you can't do anymore. And...
True.
I suppose, I don't know how long you've known your friends, but being with someone who you care about and then not being able to touch them, knowing that they could go and try and make a life for themselves and they won't because you're still here and you can't go anywhere. Be mindful of your friends, okay?
At the moment, I'm just honored to call them friends. I barely knew them before and they accepted me after I died. I don't feel like there's any greater compliment you can give a friend.
Okay.
I've got to try and earn that back if I can. That's another thing to do. So I've got lots of things to do and I need to hold on to that for as long as I can, because when you stop having things to do, then, well, you stop. I don't want to stop. Not yet.
Good. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to go get your friend some books now.
Yes, yeah, it's a good... Thank you for being so honest. Yes.
I wish someone had told me that.
Right. Yes, I bet that would have... Yes. Thank you for being the person to tell people, because that is obviously a very big job, and if you didn't have it yourself, that's...
It's a funny thing. My life before this, I gave up my name and my identity to be what I am, what I was.
Right.
And this just feels like another step in that direction.
Well, there's probably... You talk about friends. There's more people like me now than I've ever thought there was. I'm glad. I can find and meet new people. I can help more people. That's great. Yes. This feels like an eye-opening almost.
Roll me an insight check. Actually, no, what's your passive insight? You didn't actively do this. What's your passive insight?
My passive insight, I think, is 11, but it might be 13. Hang on.
You're a cleric.
Oh, 15. 15. Sorry, 15. One thing I can do.
Good. The Gatecrasher looks like they... It's similar to the look you saw earlier. They want to sort of clap you on the back and they want to be supportive of you because this is great. They haven't thought of it this positively in a long time. But they can't, so they don't.
What does it... You don't have to answer this question, but what does it feel like when you pass through somebody else?
I don't feel anything.
Right.
If it's a person, or if it's a bit of stone, or if it's a flap of tent, I don't feel a thing.
I just wonder. Obviously, it won't mean anything. But if I put my hand up and you put yours against mine, do I feel anything if this then happens?
I'm going to happily indulge you. No.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
So, even though we can't touch, if the intention is at least there, then maybe if it's the thought that counts, I would be very willing to connect. Even if only in thought.
I think I'm all thought now, so we'll also raise the hand and do the same.
Just to try and have a connection that was missing there, just to see if it works.
No, there's nothing there.
Gotcha. Nice idea.
Right, I'll go get your friend the books, and
yes,
thank you.
Please. No problem.
They will float off to another bit of the tent and sort of vanish out. Then just pass through the walls. Need to do anything clever.
And that's the point where I hold up my sword to show Vark, and I'm like, hey, sword's back.
Fantastic. It's where did that come from?
It just seems to have... I've got a bug friend now, and...
Bug? Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. What, and did the bug bring the sword back?
Well, the bug told me I didn't need to pick up another sword, and does this. Put it away. Nothing in this hand, and...
That's amazing. Oh,
I'm being very careful not...
Right?
Try not to set fire to the tent.
As you're having this conversation, Darvax will re-enter the tent and will walk across with you. I might have taken that your conversation with Gatecrasher is done. You've had your...
They're just fetching some books. Hopefully not big books.
Okay, I apologize in advance.
Wait,
I tried to copy what they said when they were telling me to write stuff down, but my penmanship is not.
So, if they're dead and they can't touch anything, like, can dead people like lift stuff? How are they going to bring books?
That's a really good point. I don't think they thought of that.
Shall I just casually wander after them?
Yeah, of course you can.
No, that was a question to Darvax.
Would you be alright if I went just... Yeah. When they realize they can't do a thing that they wanted to do, it tends to bring them down a bit, so... Yeah. Darvax will go back through the template where the Gatecrasher left and will come back with... They're basically journals. They're made of bits of scrap paper that were bound together. It's mostly not paper. It's mostly some kind of cloth or some other stuff like that. And it has been scrawled on in Darvax's terrible penmanship. I apologize.
Spidery.
The Gatecrasher's notes. No meat.
Of course.
They're all bones, so writing is difficult.
Of course.
Swivel. But yeah. Notes Gatecrasher made where they just cast magic, made connections, did the best they could in their ghostly form, because ghosts can still cast magic. Hasn't come up, but they can. And is trying to work out what's going on. So you've got some books, Asta, that you can look at your leisure, that are the Gatecrasher's conjectures and thoughts about this plane that you're on and how it functions and how it works and what might happen in certain situations.
Grand. Well, can I keep these for now? Is that okay?
I have no need for them, and if you think you can understand more of what's happening over what we've been able to work out so far, then I think it's...
No, I didn't say that. But I could read them and see.
Okay, let's do that. They're just notes from someone else that I can just write down again if that's the problem.
Sorry.
Bless you, Ed.
Big Luxodon trumpet there.
Yeah. Oh, Luxodon with a cold. God.
Oh, the amount. Oh.
Gatecrasher said that you were the person to talk to about the plans. They're like the real plans. They're like doing things plans, the plans.
Yeah. First off, let me apologize for earlier. You asked me why we didn't leave and what the plans were, and other people know why I'm not leaving, and other people are not leaving for the same reason. But it's not a nice thing to confront when you first arrive. We don't say we're leaving here. We're not leaving because we're not leaving family members behind. You know?
Right.
I wanted to let you rest first to talk it through properly, and that's kind of the point. Sure, we could make gliders. Sure, we could cast magic. Wizards often leave first. Just what happens. It's easy enough to get away from here with spells.
Look, I'm being got at personally now.
Sorry, but wizards is a catch-all. People who cast magic. People who cast magic tend to leave first because they can, and it's easy enough. But we'd be leaving so much behind, and I'm not going anywhere. And others feel strongly similar. So,
I'm not ready to commit to not leaving.
Okay.
But we could potentially help if there's stuff that we can help with. Bearing in mind that we are all 18 and really new to
everything.
No, I understand. We're trying to find a way to break Sevit's hold on this place, because with him gone, we wouldn't have to live in a cave. When new people arrive, we can help them, but...
No, you would still have to live in a cave, because
I could...
friend is down here.
Yeah, that's true. But there would be opportunity to move, to expand this place, to make it somewhere people could actually... there's new arrivals coming all the time, and they're all confused. The ability to help them would be great, not get inducted into some kind of gang where they have to all fight each other for what scraps of food there are. Sevit's not a nice person. I don't know if I made that clear yet. People who try and leave Sevit's organization tend to leave a long way down, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we heard.
Yeah. Sevit has a gang of people. They all work together. They go out into the onto the sink. They collect what they can. They bring it back. People who bring back more stuff get more food, get more weapons, supplies, whatever they want. It is an organization of people who don't want to help. It's a very, very self-centered. And I want to try and change that. But the people who like to fight, people who have some ability in that kind of direction, tend to find more to engage with Sevit. Because Sevit wants them to sometimes fight amongst themselves. Keeps him in charge. He lives in that bit in the middle, and that's why they're all connected up. I don't know if the connecting it up happened before all the ships started crashing, or whether that was something I don't even know if Sevit's from here. I know very little about all of this. We've tried to get people in to work for Sevit and work for the organization, but they don't tend to come back. So we don't know a huge amount about it. We occasionally see, I suppose, what you'd call ships, sky ships. They fly past. Some even fly in and dock. I'm going to keep using nautical terms because it seems to make most sense. With the space in the center of the sink. So there's clearly people out there. We don't know anything about them or who they are or what they do, and they don't come very often. But there's clearly more going on here that we need to uncover, but I can't leave. If I'm not here, then they won't be for long. And I don't want that to happen.
Right, so what we're saying is we need to overthrow a corrupt organisation so that you can take over the business of the organisation so we can potentially get a skyship down. That's what we're...
Take it over and run it better? Yeah, it's not the first time I've done that.
So we're pirates now?
I mean, I've already got the outfit. Yeah, look, I'm not going to lie. I've spent a lot of my life being people like Sevit.
Being or beating?
Sorry?
Being or beating?
No, being.
Right.
I ran organizations where it was eat or be eaten. Yeah. I've worked with some nasty people, but I got a new lease of life here. There's a slight look at Islam for some reason. And I want to use the opportunity and do something right. And I'd love if you could help me with that.
Well, I don't fancy the idea of starving to death, so anything's better than that, really.
Well, I mean, that's the first thing we need is more food. Always more food. Yes, hi.
So, yesterday, well, no, not yesterday, actually it was this morning.
Atlas will kind of grip their bow and concentrate on it really hard, and like these vines will begin to grow and like wind their way around the bow, and then as that happens, it'll start to bear fruit.
Oh,
and
Hooray.
and Atlas will pluck one and be like, I worked out how to. I know it's not many, but
Are those what are they called? Good berries?
yeah, my mom used to make them.
Yeah,
so,
old friend of mine did too.
yeah. So I could make a few.
Will be very, very helpful. And we'll give you a genuine, like, it's still skeleton and teethy, but it's a genuine smile of like, well, this is some very good news.
Yeah. Atlas is going to pluck like all of them off, we'll look at everyone. Are we going to go out today?
Well, cover of darkness seems like actually quite a good time to go out, really, assuming that we can find our way back.
Okay, we'll take 5,
Yeah.
give them to Sever, and then hand one out to everyone else. Yeah.
Don't give anything to Sever.
Give it to Sever.
Oh no, sorry, not
There's
Sever.
a reason that Sever's called Sever of the many hands.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Darlax.
Thank you. This is a great boon. I'll make sure they're passed out to everybody. If you want to, the first and easiest thing to do is scavenge. If you can get up onto the sink and start trying to find other things that you can use. I can give you a map. It's not fantastic, but it can give you like an idea of where to look, where we haven't looked recently, where we think we saw something land. If you want to be grabbing things and bringing them back for us to be using, that's fantastic. Obviously, that's a big step. I need people who can find their way into Sevet's compound who can come back. I've got a little bit of information, not a lot about it and how it works and who's in charge and all of that. But as I say, everyone who's gone there has not come back. So I don't have a lot of information. Yeah, those are the main things. I'm sorry that I can't offer you help in making a glider if that's what you want. And let me say this now, if you choose to leave of your own volition, no one here is going to stop you. It is your decision what you do with your lives now, as they are.
But if we go and you don't have anywhere to grow food, then you won't have any food.
We scavenge what we need, for now.
It's not enough.
I know.
So we will help in any way that we can.
I want to make sure the option's there. I don't want anyone to feel press ganged. That's not the name of the game here. Not at all.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you for your hospitality and thank you for the information. That's
it's a lot, but
just before we go. Sorry.
No, please, you first.
No. We asked Gatecrasher, but Gatecrasher didn't. Does the name Keek mean anything to you? Our teacher spoke of another Gatecrasher. Yeah.
Yeah, I know a Keek.
Our cocker lived in Waterdeep.
Yeah, Gatecrasher mentioned them. I think they used to do what I did.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I thought. Keek was our teacher, and
Keek stole a key, didn't they? That was the thing. Keek stole the key, and then Gary was like, "You just keep it. You just keep it. It's fine."
Keek didn't. No, Keek was telling us that Gatecrasher helped them
make an orb that they used to take us all around. But not. Keek didn't tell us they stole the key.
Didn't Keek say they were given the key?
Yeah.
I rolled an 8 on deception. I look very surprised. I'm like,
I mean, you'd have to ask Katie how they feel about it, but I'm pretty sure that ended up being a relatively fair exchange.
The realization that Atlas has just had is like, they could meet again, but actually they can't meet again because they are up and down and yeah.
Separated.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried moving someone's patch of earth?
I'm not the expert on this, so forgive me if I say anything wrong. There's probably more in your books there. It's not the patch of earth, it's the last place that they existed. Luckily, we crashed in a cave.
But this island is already moving, so the last place that they existed was technically, I suppose, like a few miles.
I'm no expert on the details of all of this sort of thing. I probably have to do some kind of psychic resonance of a location or something like that. Again, I'm no expert. Sorry?
It doesn't matter.
Maybe it will be in the journals. Maybe it'll be.
Asta is technically correct. The best kind of correct.
Sounds like the kind of thing that's some kind of high-powered hand wave.
Would you like the key back? Because we have the key, and if it's stolen property...
Sorry?
Would you like the key back?
Jobex will reach into a coat pocket and pull out a key.
No.
Our key.
Keek brought us here. Powered by the key.
Yeah, Keek's upstairs.
No, I understand.
Up on the surface.
Yeah.
I never knew Keek, but if I need to be a go-between between these two, then I will be. That's fine.
Okay.
But do you want the key back?
No.
Right, okay. I guess we'll keep it, and then maybe eventually one day we can build a lock around it so it has some purpose.
Should we tell Gatecrasher we've got... Because Gatecrasher didn't seem that concerned, didn't seem to...
Well, the key's functionally useless.
Sorry.
The way I feel is that the key... If there was a way to get back, if we found a creature that knew what this world was all about and how it works, then having that would mean that if it was charged again, maybe you could just...
But you wouldn't leave.
No.
What's that?
I would... I'd see if they could go back.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if you leave here, you get your body back. Maybe you know.
Maybe there's a really high-level cleric, like downstairs.
Maybe. So many times I've thought, wish I'd studied something else. But there you are.
Sorry. The reborn, right? Like Vuk, they can go anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
They still have a sense of self they can hang on to.
Okay.
Yeah. Seems to be anyway. I'm no expert.
If you...
As we keep walking out the door, like, one more thing.
Just one more thing. Just one more thing. Yes, Emma, please try and break the world.
I'm sorry. If you, put the key underneath Gatey on, their resonant bit, maybe you could move the resonance from being the ground to being the key.
We've tried a lot of things over the years, and not much has helped.
Resonate.
You always try one more.
No, I'm saying we tried that. It didn't work.
Oh, how long did you try it for?
Couple of weeks. Why? I mean...
Yeah, Asta's not going to let this go. I've only known them for a day, and I know they're not going to drop this.
It's your choice. You would just try it for a bit longer, then maybe you wouldn't be stuck in this cave forever.
I mean no disrespect, I don't know you very well, but believe me, we've tried everything. It's been years, and I would like nothing better. If there was a way to do it, we'd be doing it. there is a small amount of like, this is a person who used to be a bit of a shithead. Like, there's a certain amount of don't fuck with me energy coming off Darfax at the moment towards us.
Not that I want to interrupt this very productive conversation. Am I right that it sounded like you have quite a lot of people to scavenge and not many people who can sneak around Sebit's compound?
That is the case, yes. Most people who crash here are not seasoned adventurers.
Oh, so we had to be that bit. It's just we could go do that.
Yes, certainly.
If that's the need you have, and we're all invested in fixing this quickly.
You could I mean, if you'd be welcome to, I'd say get the lie of the land first and see if you can help out with some of the stuff that people need around here, but you can do what
That
you
one
like.
has a higher star rating than we're currently on. You have to wait till you're level 7 for that.
Odd thing to say, but true.
There'll be a little sort of like rope cordon that for some reason you just can't cross.
As we do our jumping again, we're like, we can't go over it.
No, the world doesn't load past this point.
There'll be an NPC standing by it just going, no, you're not ready to go into the arena. No, you're not ready to go into the arena.
Oh no, it's literally Gandalf against the elves. Like, you shall not pass.
Yeah. We're building this bridge.
D&D is not a video game. Okay.
You also said there was a map for scavenging of like the areas. If there's a copy, we can have a...
Does it have Sevit's thing marked on it? Because then maybe we could just go look at the entrance while we're scavenging.
There's no entrance, it's chained.
Oh, you have to go across the chains.
Yeah. They are easier to traverse than you might think, but it's still...
Great. Look forward to it.
Adventure. Okay.
Well,
thank you again. Thank you for the hospitality. Thank you for the tea. We'll try and find more tea. It's good.
Good idea.
I mean, I wouldn't worry. One of the things we found was some kind of schooner that crashed and had a lot of tea.
Oh,
like a whole cargo hold full of tea.
Okay,
we got plenty of tea. It's been years and we haven't even scratched the surface on tea.
I like to think we're going to be drinking like festive tea. You're like, oh, good, cranberry tea, wonderful.
When we're low on food, we just have lots of tea to remind ourselves.
That's something, I suppose.
Oh dear.
That's depressing.
Ed's umami when you got no other flavors.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll let you go before I say anything else too sad.
All the cranberry tea, lovely.
Okay, things to do. Etelis, we've got some things to catch you up on that you missed.
Yes.
Vuk, do you want me to have a look at your
Yes, please. That would be lovely. Yes.
Is while you're doing all that a good time to take our break? Because we're kind of over for the first half.
Oh, right, yes. In which case.
As I'm sewing, I'm like, so there's no heaven.
Just so everyone knows.
Come back in 10, comes across the bottom of the screen, say, there's no heaven. What? And you get that lovely, it was a sitcom sing. Cool. Join us back at 5:10, everyone. Thank you.
See you later. Bye.
We are delighted to be sponsored by HeroForge. HeroForge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. HeroForge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of the collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. Playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our wonderful supporters Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including Hex Chest dice boxes, Spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and Scroll and Codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com. And welcome back, everybody. So, the party are about to leave, I think. Or are we going to talk to some more NPCs? I don't know. It's up to you. Life's a beach.
We've had a lot of NPC chats.
I think we
need to go find some more information so we've got stuff to talk to them about.
Yes.
And if on the way out, like, we bump into Cheryl, and I'm like, we found it. No, I'm joking. It's totally fine.
I'm just saying, most conversation options in this town are grayed out now. That's just, you can have the conversation again if you wish to, but the game knows that you're, knows you're cycling. Anyway, cool. If you want to leave, if you head out, if you look at the maps that Darvax gave you,
yes,
there are, as far as they can tell, 7 major large rocks. Of which Sanctuary is on one of them. The sink, this whole space, has lots and lots of smaller rock offshoots as well that are all connected, as you can see, by the sort of like spider web of chains. And the chains all connect back to the center, which is where this sort of strange hub is. Looking at the map, this island that you are on has recently been cleared. The ones either side of you on the chain, you could easily, presumably, get to by crossing the chains, and could therefore start exploring those. But for the time being, this island has been scavenged recently.
across the chains? Do we have to go? Because it's not like we have to go down to the hub and then out again. Can we jump from chain?
There
to
are
chain?
chains in between the 7 that ring as well. Yes. At least it says on the map. You've not seen them.
Oh my god, we're gonna die.
Well, I mean, we won't. You keep saying you have feather fall, so like if we start falling.
I could try and pick someone up, so flap my wings. I'm not very strong though, but
That's a good point though. If one of us falls, do we all need to jump? And Astel casts feather fall, otherwise one of us gets separated forever.
Interesting comment.
Catastrophic. Because that's true. Could we just stay away from the edge?
Yeah.
I mean, but if we need to go and look at the other places, maybe we just tie ourselves together, and so if someone starts,
that's going to make combat really fun.
If one goes, you all go. That's the rules.
no, but like then we can just kind of brace each other and like
hold everyone up. It must be relatively easy because they've been doing it for a while, haven't they? Like, they didn't say they only go on this one, so they must have been crossing them, so it can't be that bad. Because if people were just falling to their deaths off the chains all the time, they wouldn't they just wouldn't cross the chains anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless they were desperate.
So as a walking past NPC, we're like, noted. Just saying, go for my midnight walk.
I'm not a walking past NPC. I'm the voice in your head, the one that tells you everything's going to be fine.
I look down a bug and I'm like...
Bug goes... If you want to, this map also shows you that there are a couple of different paths out of the Sanctuary Cave, and there's quite a few... the entrances are all concealed and hidden, as you can see from the map. So there's probably also quite a bit of like, don't let them back here kind of vibe about all of this as well, because that would be awful.
So just to bear in mind that if we do get nabbed by Sevit, someone needs to eat the map, because we don't want to lead him back here.
Okay.
I'm happy to do that.
But they could just cut you open and get it out of you because you're not digesting anymore.
Understood.
Interesting point of order. Vuk technically is still digesting, just not as well.
Or, yes, as effectively. It's not, I don't think it changes the point, which is that I am not going to be the person to do this.
I mean, maybe you could be in case we, need to get it back.
That's
Thinking about it,
is true.
Is an elephant a ruminant? Because in which case I got 4 of the buggers.
I don't think Loxodons are ruminants. Elephants might be, but Loxodons certainly aren't. Tom asked a very important question, which, Tom, your mic's a bit quiet, that's why we didn't hear it.
Sorry. I said, did Vuk drink the tea?
Yeah.
Yes, would have done.
It didn't pour out the hole in his chest, so he's probably not going through that bit.
Many thanks.
Did you taste it? Did it still... Yeah. So you can still taste things. So it's...
Yeah.
I know. We're not far in. Nothing's beginning to leach off yet. And I think
all things are not ashen grey yet.
Exactly.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Well, this is why it's so interesting. I think it's a fascinating arc to go through.
I'm glad that you're pleased about it, but...
I really only have one question to ask you, which is there were 3 exits. One is the way that you first came in, which is down through this crashed ship, which is a little climbing involved in that one. There are walking ones, left and right, if you will. However, the one on the right is walking, but also has what looks like a picture of some ropes and jumping on it. Whereas the one on the left looks like it's just walking, but it's far, far longer.
How's everyone's dexterity?
I think I could manage this.
I think I could do ropes and jumping. I prefer that over climbing.
Yeah, I think I'd be okay with that.
I will remind everyone, there is a very long but perfectly safe path you can always take.
Yeah, but if we don't take the dangerous path now, when will we? Well, we're all well rested.
I guess we need to remember that we're all teenagers and we'll probably still do the fun thing.
Absolutely.
That's fine.
Bench playground. Yeah.
Was that Lola or Etelus telling us that we were all teenagers?
I mean, that was Lola.
I really wanted Etelus to be like, we are teenagers, so it's our job to be reckless.
I'm a hyper-aware teenager.
That's just Etelus. Is unfortunately quite reckless, despite being incredibly what? I don't get it.
If you head out the path to the right, then you will pass through caves of rock, mostly, as far as you can tell. Asta, you can still see what you thought of earlier, that this might just be packed down remnants of stuff, but it's hard to tell. If it is packed down remnants of stuff, it's probably from a long, long time ago. You will occasionally get sort of weird artifacting, though. There'll be something in a cave wall that looks like it doesn't belong there, like a piece of rubble that doesn't quite match, a piece of metal that sits out at a jagged angle, looks like it's been there for thousands of years. As you do and pass through, you reach a point not too long where you hear a sort of whistling wind, and you step out onto basically a platform, and there is a rope connecting this platform to another platform, and beneath you is cloud.
Good.
You appear to be on the bottom of one of these things. They all appear to have some kind of gravity still appears to pull down.
Okay. Are we tying ourselves together? Because
I feel like we should.
To swing? That's not going to work, is it?
It's not a swing. It is two bits of rope that you have to overhand climb across.
This is what I was talking about. We could have just slid Vuk onto it and pushed him, but you insist on sewing him back together.
I mean, the thing is, to do that, Vuk had to have.
We'd have to untie the rope to put it through. Yes.
Also, even beyond the mechanics of it, that would rip the hole larger in Vuk, and once his body's damaged, then Vuk's.
Yeah, all right. There are flaws. I'm not saying there aren't flaws.
Is reinforce the hole with metal so it wouldn't deteriorate, and then we'd have a ready-made.
I try and pat Vuk on the shoulder again. I'm like, that's...
You want to give Vuk an eyelet?
Rebecca, there are moments you are a shining beacon of light, and then all of a sudden the darkness comes, and it comes really hard.
She's not wrong. It is the best way of dealing with it.
It's all scientifically.
All you need is an eyelet punch, and you're fine. That's very achievable.
All I'm saying is Cleo is partly made of metal. She doesn't see the problem.
No, it completely fits.
All right, I just want you to suffer. One, the other.
Look, I'm going to ask this once and only once. Do you want to?
No, it's
Good.
no. No, it's Astel having a really bad idea. All right.
Who's going to climb across the rope?
Cleo is feeling relatively acrobatic, weirdly, as a monk.
Go for your life.
Can I just try and tightrope walk across?
It's designed for overhand, but you could easily tightrope walk across if you want to roll a harder acrobatics check.
But overhand's going to be strength rather than dex, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I want to do an acrobatics check.
I'll go for it.
I'm a monk.
I'm a monk.
And slack roping's fine.
It's easy.
5.
How do you want to do this? Because you do, obviously. How do you want to cross this rope? Because it is between two platforms, and beneath you is... I mean, you can't even see the ground.
It pains me because Rebecca is a show-off, but Cleo is not, so I think she'll just look at it and be like, just hop on and walk across. I don't know why everyone's making such a...
Cool. You get the platform on the other side. Perfectly fine.
Please do.
Your turn.
Does anyone need help?
I mean, I'm just going to fly across.
Could you fly next to me so I can put one hand on you as like a steadying...
I was with
both.
If you put one hand on someone, climbing with one hand is extremely difficult.
No. If you do the tightrope walking,
are you going to walk it? Are you going to walk it? Then fine. Yeah, sure.
Acrobatics is much better than my... Can I roll with advantage if Uslam is providing like a...
Yes, because Uslam is definitively helping. This is the help action in action.
I'll just shake the rope. I won't.
Apology not accepted.
21.
Yeah, fine. You also, with Uslam's help, make it across and are now with Cleo on the other side. Etelus and Vuk, you are still on the far side.
Does anyone else want me to come and spot them?
I wouldn't mind the thing is, I think I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to climb. I'm not sure how you can help.
I mean, mostly to give you a shove if you start falling off, but
great.
It's gonna push you harder if you start falling.
That'll do.
You can have advantage on the athletics check because system can help you. The help action doesn't specify how you help, just that you do.
Okay, great. I feel like it would just be
encouraging
kind of
words, even.
there would be some hands under the armpits potentially. The problem is Vuk is a unit, and therefore we're going to.
I think if hands under the armpits, then us them drop him, save yourself.
From that point of view, oh Lord. Okay. Oh, natural 20, that'll do.
Very nice.
That is only a 22, but it'll work.
It's not 20, it's great. Only a 22. You're level 2. You want to describe how you do it athletically? You're more than welcome to.
I think it's the thing that the trunk comes into play, and therefore there is a sort of three-pronged attack. So therefore, even if one hand goes down, there's still 2 points of contact.
Sorry. We all did really faces of the trunk comes into play. I'm sorry. It's very Kenneth Williams somehow. Good, right?
So yes, then it is a case of shimmying across, and once the first few moves have gone through, then he gets good and confident and starts trumpeting, I think, just occasionally.
Self-satisfied trumpeting.
I look over to Atlas and go, he's fine.
Yeah, exactly. There's a general sort of self-satisfied
just sort of hovering backwards with my wings and then landing next to Atlas and go, yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
Atlas is probably going to be like, oof. It's like running through the trees, maybe a little bit of swinging. So we'll try
Let's be confident about that.
It's probably going to go hard or wrong, but we'll.
Islam's right there to help. You have advantage.
Okay.
It's not. It's both sides are connected. You can't swing on it unless you want to leap off, grab hold of it, and swing on the rope for reasons best known to yourself.
Okay. Well, just kind of jump up.
I'm not holding on to you. I'm like floating next to you, just an easy slope,
and like run across and. Like have fun. Okay. Well, that was a 21.
Yeah, you're totally fine. You can all cross this rope bridge without incident. On this platform on the side, there is no obvious bridge. There are what look like reinforced holes in the wall.
Okay.
I thought we weren't climbing. What just happened?
I start flapping, it's going up.
We've got an advantage.
For those who have been, any form of rock climbing of any kind, it's not like you don't just go, cross all these little bridges. There's also a little bit of climbing.
It's just not as hard as it could have been. Yeah. I think that's a good thing because this doesn't sound difficult. If there is like sort of foothold and handholds, then it's kind of just going up a ladder.
Yeah. Scary ladder.
Scary.
Yeah.
That is the extra bit.
Who was the first to climb the scary ladder?
Well, I think Brooke is going to get.
Cleo's at the front, isn't she? So.
Oh well.
Is it like are we like on a platform or are we like on a ledge?
It's like it's everything's a ledge. Everything's a ledge. Sorry, everything's a drum. If you cross onto a platform, it's a ledge because you're on the bottom overhang of a gigantic island that's floating through the air. Everything's a ledge.
In which case, I guess probably the order we were in previously, because
actually,
otherwise we're going to have
sense.
to drown people.
Awkward shuffle.
Unless Luke has gone, I want to go first. Cleo will have started climbing to get out the way.
This is wise. Okay.
If there's an order, that works.
This has to be athletics, I'm afraid.
Okay. Have to though.
Yes. Climbing is an athletics check. I'll allow for monk shit in many places. Climbing is not one of them.
Can't just step for the wind and jump my way up the ladder.
You absolutely could.
There's a Jackie Chan.
The key point. Your one key point.
I have two.
I'm sorry.
How very dare.
Well, I rolled a 3 to make 6, so I'm gonna slip and then spend a key point and jump up the ladder, please, Chris.
You don't slip on a 6. On a 6, you start and you get up and you suddenly. The weight of the situation starts to hit you a little bit. Looking down and realizing quite how high up you are, and I thought you freeze on the wall. You're welcome to use key points to jump up and get the rest of the way if you want to, but for the moment you're on the wall, just stuck.
Yeah, no.
I flap up and I'm like, you okay? You all right?
Completely fine. Just, I learned something new by looking at my hammer, and I want to give it a go.
Okay. Well, if I can help at all, just let me know. I'll try and. You're doing great. You're doing a really good job.
Thank you. Yes. No, I don't need help. Thank you.
Okay. I sort of float off a couple of things.
There are various stalactites around that you could do some cool monk shit to jump off with Step of the Wind to make your way up to the top of where this rock face ends on another ledge. That's fine.
The prospect of accepting help spurs Cleo on to jump.
You turned down a free action of help for a key point. Wow, okay.
I am playing an 8 charisma, Chris, and I am playing it hard.
Wow. It is your decision what you do with your key points.
I will do that because Cleo is not accustomed to friends.
Please do. You do that, and do you want to describe the, is it like flips and shit, or is it more like elaborate?
I think if it's rocky things, and she's very, very at home on that. So I think it will probably start as a falter. If if her hands get sweaty and she does start to slip, she will use that to bounce off a stalagmite just below her.
Stalactite.
No, on the ground it's might.
That's if they're coming down, they're tights.
Yeah, mites grow up, tights fall down.
There are no mites growing up because
they're all coming down. Gotcha.
They're all coming down.
She will bounce off a tight falling down, and she'll use gravity to bounce onto one and then propel her way up.
Absolutely fine. Right, who's following after Cleo?
Oh boy.
Do you want help, Asta?
Reedy Asta. Given that I just rolled a 0, I would love some help, please.
Wow. All right, Asta, you will start putting your hands in the holes and be like, this is fine.
This is not fine.
And you realise you can't even lift your own body
okay.
weight. Like, if you've fallen down at this point, you would not be able to get up again.
I didn't train for this.
That's fine. We've all got different skills to land. Okay, trying to think what the...
You can use the help action. That is perfectly fine.
Again, I don't think it's going to go better. It didn't. It's a 3.
Asta's now
just in a heap. Just
hands in the wheel holes, but not actually left the ground.
Am I doing well?
Okay.
Papa, can you hear me?
I live here now.
Maybe we should just go back and do the walkie tunnel.
No. You can do this.
One of us goes up with a rope, then it will be easier because you can tie the rope around yourself, and then we can just lift you up.
That's again.
I am very, very slight.
I mean,
exactly.
It's them you can try and carry. Asta
I was going to say yes. If you would like to get on my back, I would be very willing to carry you up if I could.
All right. How are we going to maneuver? Because at the moment, who?
We're all on a ledge. I understand.
Okay.
So I mean, Vuk is coming after you.
Yeah, you won't next to each other. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe if you turn around, Vuk, I'll just jump on your back. That's definitely going to work.
Let's try this.
I very hesitantly put arms up.
This is.
Look, if you're going to do it, roll me an athletics check to climb the wall. The DC is significantly higher.
Is it?
You're carrying a human. Yes.
No. Sorry.
Sorry. An ASMR.
And a cat.
Oh yes.
I don't think the weight of the cat's the problem. I'm just going to put it out there.
Well, no, only that Vuk is overconfident and he's going to do this. Ed does recognise that this is not a good plan. However, I am playing what Vuk is going to do, and it's the natural 20 has not done wonders for him thinking that this is not a good idea. So here we go again.
You have a thing called powerful build, so I think that helps with this.
No, it doesn't. That's 5 in total.
Cool. Vuk is going to start.
Yeah.
Trying to climb the wall with Asta, and we'll get about a third of the way up, and we'll then suddenly go.
Oh boy! Oh, I'm not sure I can do. I'm terribly. We're gonna have to go down. Gonna have to go down.
Have you been following this
at a short
clown
distance?
car? Yeah. Good.
I don't trust myself. Oh.
Do you want to try and lift Asta off Vuk?
No.
I mean,
It's all getting very, very personal.
Do you? How do I say this maturely? I don't think I can. Do you want upseized or?
Yeah, upseized.
Okay. I try and lift Astor.
Roll me a strength check.
I'm not good.
Or an athletics check. Athletics check.
It went so well to start with, and now.
I'm going to tell you all something that I am very proud of. Every one of these ways would have had something that would have challenged specifically your strength, because all of you dumped strength. And this is a reminder, don't dump strength.
I had to dump something.
Yeah.
I'm small. It's a 12.
With some difficulty, you can lift Asta up and over onto the ledge. It's not graceful. It's not elegant.
Solid land. We're never coming this way again.
Okay. Noted. Vuk, are you okay?
You'd like to roll another strength check to now climb on your own.
I think I'll be all right now. I'm so sorry, Asta. That was not gallant. Sorry. That's a 21.
The gallant bit was the offering.
You're very kind.
You can easily make the rest of the way without you. Turns out you're better when you're not helping people. Etulus. Just poor little Etulus. All on his own.
It's like the tree, Etulus.
6.
Really?
You also start and reach a point where you're not going to be able to carry on. It's up to you how you describe that.
So Ethel's will be like, it kind of start trying to scamper up the walls, like
a tree.
It's not the same as This is not the same as climbing trees. It's not the same. Yes, Son.
We can put a rope down, and
I'll take the rope and sort of
feed the rope down.
Float it down. Hey, how are you doing?
A little stuck.
It's fine. It's absolutely fine. You're doing great. Just take a moment. Just take a breath. You're doing great.
Oh no! I'm just like I don't. You know that point where you're frozen because your muscles just don't want to move.
Yeah.
Mentally, you're fine, but you're just just not doing it.
That's good.
Muslim is technically offering a help action at this point, which doesn't need to be physical. So you're welcome to draw confidence when Muslim says and roll again.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
It's just
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I love this coming from a tiefling.
Let's do that.
This was positive affirmation.
As I said, the worst things happened to him already.
12?
Yeah. With a 12, you can slowly but surely make your way to the top of the climbing wall. Ahead of you is another hole extending into the rock.
Right.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Right. Okay. How are we all feeling? Look. Okay. We won't come this way again. This is hard.
I'm really good at jumping. I didn't know that.
You are really good. Yeah.
Please, it was very graceful what you did. Yes. Shall we? If there's going to be more tests like this, we should probably just get them over with.
Good attitude. Yeah.
I hope so.
Well, we're not going back down, are we?
No, that's very true.
Not yet. But we'll have to go back down in the morning, won't we?
Yes, that's true.
Oh, true. It's the middle of the night, completely dark. I completely forgot to mention.
Helpful.
No, you're all fine. There's that sort of early morning, like when the night sky gets that sort of light bluish tinge bouncing off the clouds beneath you.
Oh,
very pretty.
Very pretty. Hang on, what's the
crepuscular? Is it?
Crepuscular? No, but that's the evening.
That's when
wrong side.
Wrong side. Anti-crepuscular.
Crepuscular, is that different? No, I don't know.
Crap. That's not a word it is now. Where do I find what my dark vision is if I have it?
It should be under your
senses.
Senses. I'm sorry, I'm looking at crepuscular. It is twilight, yes, no, it's outside. Yeah.
It doesn't sound like Twilight. It sounds like it's to do with maggots.
Yeah.
I like it. Crepuscular is twilight is a term for animals that are active primarily during dawn and dusk. It's both.
Boom. Artifacts.
I can see, but if anyone needs light, I can also provide light.
Well, I was going to say, I think, because it will come under senses, presumably. Therefore, as a Loxodon, I do not have.
You've been climbing in the dark.
I have.
I'm
rather pleased with how it's gone then.
Do you want a little, headlamp?
No, I think until it goes wrong, Vuk has no problem just carrying on exactly the way it's going.
Hang on a second there, Edward.
We flash back to you on the rope.
No.
That's what could have happened.
There was dim light, just not a lot of light. What I'm checking to see is if Reborn gained the ability to see in the dark.
That'd be awesome.
I'm pretty sure.
You're losing all your other senses, but you've gained new ones.
Well,
no, they don't. Yeah. They don't. Fuck it.
Dangled in front of me. And
I'm sorry. Right. Good, right, splendid, marvellous, excellent, fantastical. If you head up the tunnel, you quickly realise that you're going through the bowels of another ship. Like, the stone fades out into a very weird kind of dark metal that's almost reflective. There was no light cast, was there?
No.
It is very dark in here, but those of you with dark vision can see that what little light there is now bouncing off the walls in a kind of almost kaleidoscopic effect. Very pretty.
Cool. Yeah, I think Vuk is going to keep banging his head off things. But no, I'm absolutely fine, unfortunately.
Vuk, you need to keep your skull intact, friend.
No, it's all right, I promise.
Reach behind me and cast light on Vuk's, chest armor.
Oh! Ah. Thank you. All right. I'll get used to it. Thank you.
Now there's a lot of light reflecting off the walls.
And it looks amazing. Hooray.
As you get to the end of this tunnel, you can start to see the beginnings of daylight at the end of it. And as you do, you come up quite high on a cliff face where it's about 30 feet down to the ground-ish. And you can see that this ship literally just impacted this cliffside completely. And some parts of it have broken and sheared off, but you are standing on the sort of cracked out side of it, overlooking quite a wide amount of space where you can see everything that we saw as first described. These huge number of crashed ships, not much land that isn't crashed ship, frankly. And visible already, quite a few ghosts.
Are we in the mountain? Because when I was checking, there was a ship embedded in the mountain. Are we up there?
No.
Okay.
Because
that required more climbing.
Yeah, that was very high up. It's only about 30 feet up. It's cliff face.
I thought so, but I was like, because I was using that as a landmark for if we were trying to get back
Tell
to
you what, if you look, that you can still see that ship not too far away from here. Like maybe that ship and that landmark are like the defining feature of this block of the island where the survivors are, if you like. Sure.
I sort of take a moment, draw with my finger. I was like, okay, so a line like that. So vaguely trying to get I was like, okay, so I think we landed about there.
What is your survival like, Tom? Not to roll, just as a question.
Good question. I do have a +1 in it.
+1. You can start to piece together a bit of a sense of where we are and how this all fits together, but you're no expert in tracking and following. So,
as I said, it's me sort of drawing a line with my finger. I was like, okay. Yeah.
The 30 foot down to the ground, there are fragments of ship you can climb your way down through. It's relatively easy because there's lots and lots of bits, but there's no ropes or any markers that this tunnel leads anywhere because that would be foolish.
Okay. I was going to say, I would quite like to take a survival check in terms of knowing which direction we should be heading in order to find.
If you've got the map, sure, run me a survival check.
Well, it's the store parts of a ship. Do you know the store compartments of a ship? If we could connect that, it's that kind of idea. And also
of this ship.
Well, okay, so I suppose there wouldn't be any reason why I'd know the design of ships.
Also, this ship's been here for a very long time.
Fair enough. So I would like to roll a survival check anyway. The thing that this is one of the things that I get advantage on if it's to do with a sense of smell, and I would like to take advantage of this whilst I've still got it.
Mm-hmm.
When do you start losing that?
Oh no!
You still got it for now, yeah? Why not?
Yeah. Okay.
What are you trying to smell out?
Food sources or anything that's organic within the metal of the thing. Okay, so I'm very, very glad you gave me advantage on that because that was a natural 1. Oh, for pity's sake. So the second one is a 2, so in total I got 5. 7 in total, actually.
I mean, none of us are bathed, so...
What I will say is that you don't smell any foodstuffs nearby or anything organic. And if anything, A, your sense of smell might be going, and B, this whole island, and since you've been here, you've not really smelled anything organic at all.
Wow. That's interesting.
No trees.
Yep.
No grass.
No earth. Nothing.
No earth.
Nothing living.
No.
Yeah.
Yup, yup, yup.
We can see the other floating islands from up here.
You can see in the distance there are, like you'd see a mountain in the distance, but it sort of rises slightly because it's moving. And you can see that this row of 7, it's not like they're in a flat plane. There's an angle to them. And therefore you can see above a couple, if you look around, you can see quite a few of the other islands floating in this sort of central metallic mass in the center that looks just like a sphere. It's obviously not, it's not perfectly hued. It looks like it's got knobbly bits, and you can't, from this distance, you can't really tell, but you can see most of the islands that you are here with. They float quite a way above and around. So finding a chain, at least one of them, would not be rocket science at all because you can see them.
Okay, so if Vox got the map and then looking, going, okay, so if we're on this, do we have a preference which one we want to go for? And sort of like putting it in the map,
They
pointing
said
out, trying to...
Darvac said he'd marked on where they thought there might be recent crashes, so are there any on there?
There are, where they've marked a couple on the one that's above you and a couple on the one that's basically below you.
Right, one of those then. Maybe if we climb first, so that the way back down is easier.
That
good
makes
idea.
sense, yeah.
Very good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's try it.
Cool. You start to traverse this landscape. Is anyone looking out? Are you rolling stealth checks? Are you trying to be surreptitious, or are you just brazenly walking your way through this landscape?
I'm willing to take a stealth check, but that is not Vuk's forte.
It's up to the group.
I think probably are trying to be at least slightly stealthy so that we don't attract Sevet again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, true. But I think someone might have to point that out to Vuk. Oh, like, yes, okay, fine. We'll try that.
I mean, it's getting light as well, so maybe these...
Just stay low and, you know...
I'll try not to clank.
Yeah.
Can everyone please roll me a stealth check? I will do an aggregate.
Okay, that might be very useful. Oh.
Why did I roll on the burr?
It's all right. Aggregates, that's what aggregates are for.
19.
That's infuriating. I rolled another natural 20, but the other one was an 8.
Oh, so you have disadvantage with your armor, don't you? Okay, so 19 and 8, cool.
Yes.
With disadvantage.
15.
19, 8, 15, yep.
With disadvantage, 16.
Ooh.
Well done.
Cleo?
7, I rolled a 2.
Oh dear. The average is still above, yeah. As you're making your way through, you're being quiet and people are pointing out to each other where you're not being quiet. So helping each other if there are issues. Like, not necessarily shushing or like, oh my God, it's huge. It's just like, be careful of that piece before you step on it and that sort of thing. Because a lot of the ground is rubble. Therefore, sometimes something that'll make a sort of noise and be like quite loud as it bends off something else. So as you go, you do notice that even though you haven't seen any life of any kind, a lot of these pieces appear to have been scattered. You've already seen some of the metal creatures that Sevet made and controls, but it looks like a lot of things have been picked apart. This isn't a lot of things that have been left sort of in perfect stasis or isolation, anything like that. As dawn starts to crest, so a couple of hours later, you will make your way to the far side of this island that you are on, and you can see that there is this gigantic chain that connects to the side of it, welded into the island. You can see where it connects. This chain is about as wide as one of you, each link, and where the link is attached, it is welded in. Gigantic bolts and ties are connecting it to the rock of this other thing. And it's just a chain link. Looks like there's about 20 to 30 links or so, and then just above you slightly is another island where the chain link stops and you can climb off onto the next island, although the chain is as wide as you are. Ergo, what you are looking at is less of an, oh my God, I'm balancing on a chain. There are links you can step into and move across. It's not the most comfortable or probably a little bit scary, but it is easy enough to traverse because it is so big.
Wow. I love the idea of this.
entire sky is now bathed in this sort of golden red as the sun is now rising across, and you get this lovely cut across you can all see. And the view from here, because you're quite high up on your island piece now, you can see around Seal Resto and see the lands below. You can also see more islands as described. There are other things floating nearby. It looks like the island set that you're on is moving. And there is a bit of wind here now that you're out of the sort of valleys in the middle where all the bits were. But it feels like your islands are moving faster than the other ones you can see. For reasons best known to someone else. You don't know.
I would stay and look at this all day, but I think we should...
Not on this damn chain.
Very true. Let's get across.
I mean,
this is
amazing. Do you want to try and roll a history check? It's not really history. It's more of a how does this work, intelligence-based.
He's a curious fellow.
I'll take it. I'll take history as trying to put things together. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Well, with a nat 20 for 21.
Ooh,
you legend!
Give me some tasty lore, Chris.
You don't know anything. I can't give any lore.
I want it.
It's a nat 20.
Yeah.
You think back to when the Gatecrasher mentioned that this place didn't have any gods, or at least they didn't have anything of that kind of power. Looking at this, something made this, and it's mighty impressive. You remember a time when you were younger, where you were being read a story by your parents, where giants came up and you talked about fire giant fortresses with their massive underground fortresses made of like cliffs of basalt and iron, and you're reminded of that.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful stuff. It's something broke this island, something fixed it. Yeah, no, you're right. We shouldn't be just standing on the chain. We should keep moving. Wiggle, wings flap, 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 flap.
Yes.
Keep going.
You can climb the chain without need for any checks because it is open and large enough that it wouldn't be an issue. Awesome. It's a little ungainly in places, but it's easy enough for you to do. However, if you want to remain stealthy, there is disadvantage while climbing across the chains because it's very hard to be stealthy while clambering on basically the world's largest climbing frame that's rattling around in the wind a little bit.
Disadvantage on the stealth.
No, disadvantage.
Disadvantage on the stealth.
Yes, if you want to maintain your stealth. If you want to maintain being quiet and surreptitious, it's harder on the chain.
Let's try this because I'm fascinated to see how this works.
Okay.
Okay, you already have, so it's not going to make much difference to your...
The chonky boys have no problem.
12.
12.
Oh, pants.
Oh, shit.
18.
Oh, lovely, thank you.
One of them fell off, so I'm going to roll it.
That's fine.
I am thinking about flying up it, so do you want me to do stealth? Because I'm not clambering on the chain.
You're still helping the others, yeah? Because it's an aggregate roll.
I'm happy, yeah.
You still take disadvantage. Yeah. So yeah, still the same.
Not 1, not 2, but 3 in total.
Okay.
My bad.
That's this?
It was an 11. The other one was much better.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Weston?
10. With disadvantage.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Average isn't bad either. You're fine as a group as you make your way up. You feel like you're probably maintaining a similar level of stealth as you were before. It doesn't feel like there's a huge amount of difference, but that way. Making your way up this chain, it connects up to the next island, and there is what looks like a designed piece to allow you to climb onto the land massif of itself, so you're on a more flat and stable plane, which you can easily do. Once up there, this looks much the same as the one you just left. There's no obvious difference in design of what's there or what's been left or anything like that, but looking at your map, there's a couple of wrecks nearby that might be of interest. In fact, let me just check a thing. There we go. As you're climbing up, who would be the first? Who would be spearheading the climb? Is it still clear?
Yeah, I mean...
Can be.
Yeah, let's do that.
Cleo, as you climb over the rock face, you will hear a voice in your head say, "Excuse me, if it wouldn't be too much bother, I am in rather dire need of assistance."
Brother! What?
It's in your head. It's telepathic.
I will think back. Where are you and who are you?
Felicitations. I am very close to you in a, I suppose, very hard to describe in this kind of landscape, but in a very close proximity to you, about 60 feet to if you look in that direction, yes, there, I can just about, that's right. If you could head in this direction, I'm currently being assaulted by strange small metal beasts, and quite a few of my friends and family have become deceased in the process, and it is most disturbing.
Is that true, or are you setting a trap so you can eat us?
I have absolutely no desire in consuming you or any of your brethren. It is quite urgent, and it is a matter of great importance. I cannot stress that far enough. But absolutely, consequently, I am in dire need of assistance, if you would be so kind, if I may be so bold.
Folks, I'm getting a sort of SOS message from Faerunian Victorian era.
I'm coming, get out the way!
That way, about 60 feet. And apparently the Sebbets...
Let's go help then.
We should surely help.
If you look in the direction on the ridge, there is a lot of scuffling and movement around a piece of wreckage. You're not quite sure what to make of those 60 feet away, unless someone's rolling perception checks and taking an active look.
I will take a look.
Alrighty.
Just a bit. Okay, that is a 17 plus 5, so 23.
Let me check a thing. Oh. Looking up onto the ridge, you can see that there is a crashed... Let's just call them ships. There is a crashed ship up on the ridge, and it's got a couple of the different metal creatures. You can count about 3 or 4 of them swarming over it, trying to pull bits off it as much as you can tell. As you look, you can see a nearby piece of rock move ever so slightly. It looks like there's something there that is camouflaging itself or is trying to remain hidden.
I mean, I can try and hit one of them and maybe pull them away from the ship.
They don't appear to have noticed you aren't paying you any heed right now.
Could do it at distance. That might give that person a bit of time.
Okay. We'll get out the bow.
Clear in your head. Might I inquire as into you and your companions joining me in my defense of my illustrious craft?
Cleo's just gonna run towards...
As soon as Cleo does, Vuk will follow.
Okay.
Right.
And you're going to got out the bow and it's gonna fire.
And what we have here is a good old-fashioned surprise round. So can we roll me initiative?
Oh, here we go.
And we'll start with the surprise round.
21.
I'm 14.
Pretty sure you're in your late 30s, Tom.
Early 30s.
Oh.
I've told you, I'm 1 Jesus old, as the dentist told me after his check. He did a checkup. He's like, everything's fine. Oh, you're the age of Jesus. I was like, I sure am.
There are lots of ages at the ages of Jesus. Just one that was the age of Jesus when he died.
Exactly. Yeah. You're not saying, "Oh, I'm as old as Jesus." No, you're as old as when Jesus died. That's what happened. Yeah.
You're as old as Jesus when he had that argument in a temple. It's like this is how we track it on the wall. Anyway, 14.
I'm 14 too.
Oh, yeah. Who's got the higher dex mod?
Definitely you.
You sure about that? No. +2.
+1.
Yeah, there it is.
Grand.
Go
on, keep shouting them out.
18.
Ooh.
21.
Ooh. 20.
How much?
20.
Everybody in double figures. This is excellent.
Let's roll for the monsters.
Look, you're very used to me having characters who dump dex rather than strength, and this character has good dex.
All right, in a surprise round, it is a surprise round. The creatures are not going to do anything against you in the first round because they don't know that you're coming. Etelis, you do go first. So as Vuk and Cleo start to charge forward, would you like to fire an arrow? For everyone's visual benefit, you are currently running up a slope to a ship that appears to be crashed on a ridge. You are about 20 feet down, but about 60 feet away. So, angles. Right. Atlas, you're shooting an arrow, so you're shooting it up.
Yep.
Quite a difficult shot, but it doesn't make any difference to your attack roll because D&D doesn't care about Pythagoras.
I'm used to shooting at different levels.
Yeah.
I'm always intrigued. That,
Yeah.
that was a 17 plus 8, so 24.
Hey, guess what? You resolutely and completely hit.
Yeah.
Roll me that damage. Kill damage.
Tis a 9.
9 plus damage. One of these metal scorpionoid fly-like every insect under the sun, just flying nightmare, is hit by an arrow and is knocked. A sound like you get when you throw a toaster around. It's just sort of knocked over off the ridge. You can't see it anymore, but it definitely took the hit. Nicely done. Are you moving at all, or are you just taking the shot?
Yeah, no, running forward as well.
Astariel?
I shall keep running forward with everyone else.
There are still 4 visible.
And I will, from a distance, chill touch.
Oh, nice.
Because I presume they're 60 feet away, so I can't get into melee with them. And I'm definitely not dashing. Right, okay.
You run 30 feet and you're going to chill touch one of them as you go.
Yeah, 25 to hit.
Absolutely hits, yes.
It is a... full damage, 8 points of necrotic damage, and the little hand clings on again to one of its legs and it can't heal.
That's fine. As you grab hold of its leg, it will it can't feel pain because it's a machine, but it will sort of jerk around trying to pull its way, and as it does, the leg it's grabbing hold of is sort of yoinked off, but it is still connected to it by what looks like a strange, almost, there is an almost organic quality to the string of mucousy slime connecting the leg to the creature. You'll see why. Good.
Okay.
Right. Cleo.
I think I'm going to do something stupid.
Good.
Yeah.
Hooray!
I don't know what key is. I've got no idea what's going on. I just know I can run fast, and there is someone 60 feet away who needs help. So I'm going to burn my only remaining key point to use Step of the Wind to dash as a bonus action.
Sure.
To get in melee range in time for my action.
Sure. There are 3 of these creatures that are as yet unharmed, and 2 that have been. One got knocked off the side by an arrow, and one appears to have had a leg torn off.
Great. I don't have Flurry of Blows, and I don't have 2 attacks yet, so it's just an attack.
It's an attack, and your bonus action is Step of the Wind, so it's just one attack.
Just one attack. Great, that's fine.
One hammer. Are you going for one of the injured ones, or are you going for one of the uninjured ones?
Is there one that looks most menacing to people who are currently alive?
The person who is currently alive, who is the only creature so far that any of you have seen, was camouflaged against the rock and wouldn't be obvious unless you were specifically looking for it, which Etulus did, but you didn't.
Fair. Then, and none of them are bigger or badder than any of the others?
One of them looks a little bigger or badder than the other 2 that have as yet not been hit.
I'll go for the biggest and baddest, because I have a big hammer.
Sure.
Big hammer.
Oh no. Is it a nat 20?
20?
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
I've rolled a lot of 2s. It was about time.
When it counts, your fail up kicks in. Right, you, how do you want to, you're probably roundhousing it and it's probably going to go.
I think she'll just use the momentum from the run in. Mm-hmm. She's still not quite used to it, so she's kind of pulling her hammer off her back as she goes and might do a little swing and clonk.
Great. So all of that moving energy is all going straight into an overhead strike, straight down on it.
Kinetic energy in this house. That's 2d10 because it's d20, so that's 10 and an 8. Thank you. 18 plus, and then I'm adding 5 because it's my monk weapon now.
Yes.
It's my monk weapon now.
It was always your monk weapon. Yeah.
It's legally my monk weapon.
Yeah, that's fine.
That is 23 points damage.
Yeah, you resolutely destroy the big one. How do you want to destroy it as you put an overhead strike directly into it?
I have a spike on the other side from my hammer, so I think I'd like to go down and see if I can claw the shell off. Like you're shelling a lobster or something.
As you bring the huge hammer down and crush it into the ground, there is an almost insectoid, and the legs all sort of splay out a bit at the side. there's a strange, viscousy, oily substance inside these creatures that you've seen a bit of before that starts to seep out, and you can see this other one that looks like where this viscousy oil is connecting the bits up. The oil will start to try and knit all the bits back together, but as it does, you flip the hammer over hook and just pull, and as you do, you peel some of the harder outer casing off of it, and all of the stuff that's starting to just like flattens out into just melted bits of nastiness. It itself is not a contiguous construction. It is made of rubble and different bits of different pieces. It looks like this sort of strange oily gel thing is the thing that's holding it together, but it itself is just parts now.
I did helping.
And you are in the midst of all the other of them. Eslam.
As I'm also running, reach out. Oh, yeah, draw the sword. I'm going to...
You pull it out of midair.
Okay, well, time to see what we can do, Bug. And with the other hand... Eldritch Blast with my
eyes. Pinky, purpley green energy just goes flying out. What did your Eldritch... It was sort of flamey before, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you a blanket thing now that because I could be heavy-handed and tell you what I think it should be like, but it's not my character. Whatever that you do now that you would like to start flavouring in the direction that you think this might be taking, please do.
I'm interested to know what you think it looks like.
Oh,
and then I can just go no, but no. But I'm interested.
Okay. Yeah. To my mind, what it would look like is a stream of these smaller insects come out of your hand and just bombard something and then dissipate.
The fact that I didn't choose that, and then I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, just wave of bugs. Okay. It's a 19 to hit.
Are you going for the two that weren't damaged yet?
Yeah, I'll go for one that hasn't been hit yet.
Cool. A cloud of insects just goes flying out and just impacts, and it's instead of like one big bang, it's lots of like rain striking the side of something with great impact, because as all the bugs impact it. Where they do impact and would be strong enough to damage them, they just sort of like tiny little explosions.
Look at my shoulder at bug, and I'm like, cool. Okay, so let me roll my damage. That's not what I would have gone for the bug, but I love it. It's just tiny little bugs. Oh, nice. So now I've got an agonizing blast.
Lord
that is 10. That's 10 points of bug.
Lovely. The robotic bug is impacted by other bug, and now there's lots of bug. Good. Into one. Are you flying?
Yeah.
What is your flight speed?
It is 30.
Okay, so you're keeping pace with the others who are running at a regular running pace, not Cleo who ran ahead.
I'm not going too high because I don't want to sort of. If I go
you're
too
going
high,
up at an angle, so you're not going to soar above everyone else anytime soon. Lovely, Vuk.
So, we're 60 feet away from them, right?
Yes.
So,
you will use your movement on this turn to run 30 feet, so you can be 30 feet away from them if you want to be.
Oh no, that's the thing. My speed is only 20.
What?
How?
Well, because I'm in plate armor and I'm.
Are you not strong enough to wear plate armor?
Well, I don't know, but this is all it is. Maybe it's because I'm a Loxodon. I don't know what it is.
Are you not proficient?
He's proficient in plate armor. The problem is he's not strong enough to wear plate armor, so he's slow.
Oh.
Well, that's something to attend to next level up. Anyway, so I think what's going to happen is that Vuk will have set off after Cleo, and will have sort of got up to that pace where it's like, okay, he's not going to stop now. Whatever gets in his way is going to be hit by him at the pace that he's currently going at. There's nothing else to do. So I think he's going to go 40 feet.
Okay.
And also, yeah, exactly.
Elephant charging, great.
And also, in the middle of it slowly.
Yeah, your club once again sort of expands out a little bit and becomes your holy weapon. Fantastic.
Exactly.
Cool. Top of the first regular round. Atlas, it is your turn. You're 30 feet away. You can reach melee range if you want to. You're the only person here who's seen the camouflaged creature off to one side.
But the camouflage, like, they're not being menaced by anything.
No, because camouflaged. They've managed to hide away.
So I'm just gonna stop where I am, take aim at another.
Sure. Yeah. Do you want to aim for another one? You can see now that the one that you knocked off the side is upside down, but is righting itself, and all of the pieces instead of going, I'll just turn over, all the pieces are reforming above it to, like it's growing itself back above itself to try and move out. It also appears to have healed some of the damage.
Oh, I don't like that. I'm gonna roll off the desk. Sorry.
Tuck and roll, Lola, tuck and roll.
And then you vanish into the trees.
Yeah, because it got stuck between my table and trying again.
Sure.
That's a 16 to hit.
That is its AC, so you beats it, you just hit it.
Yeah.
Are you going for the one that you hit first? Are you sort of running up the side of this ridge and seeing the one you knocked off the side? Great. As you go, you can easily just leap up and fire underhand straight down at it.
I'm going to be like, you are now my...
favorite foe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I dislike the fact that you have come back. How dare you?
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to mark it as my favorite foe.
Great.
And then, so that is it's just 1 damage from the favorite foe.
Okay.
Yeah.
We still get a bow.
8 from 7 from the bow. So 8 in total. Yeah.
Just what you needed. Great. As you fire down at it, as it's righting itself up against the sort of, as it's reforming up again, you leap over the top of the ridge, find it, shoot it, and as you sort of like, adding that little extra point of damage of just not liking it, you will hit it with the arrow, and it will also just collapse outwards like Cleo's did.
Oh, nice.
Great.
We'll kind of turn and look around.
There's still one. There's still 2 in the air. One that got hit by lots of bugs, and there's one on the ground as well. Asta, as you're running up, the 2 in the air appear to be the biggest threat. The last one on the ground is the one that you chill touched and is not reforming itself very well, so it's got fewer hit points.
It doesn't seem worth using my spells on it. I think I'll just chill touch again.
Okay, one of the flying ones, or the one that's already damaged.
It's not going to matter because it's a 13 to hit, so it's definitely not going to hit.
Where are you moving to? Because are you going up to the top of the ridge where everyone else is, or are you hanging back out of combat?
I haven't cast Mage Armor yet. So I think I'm probably just going to stay behind people.
So as they're running up, you're going to stay at the back of the people, or you're going to like not run to the top of the ridge and hang back a little bit?
I'll hang back.
Okay, cool.
So that, if we get suddenly rushed, everyone else is in front.
Good plan.
You're slightly sort of ducked away in slight cover, if you will.
Yes.
Good. Right. Cleo, in your head, you will hear, well, this is a marvelous endeavour. My thanks for your felicitations arrival at this point of conflagration. Yes, I'm sorry, my words are getting jumbled.
I'm very posh.
If you would be so, do you require? I can happily assist in your endeavours here if that is what you would be useful to you. But I am currently out of sight and therefore out of mind.
I mean, if you'd like to help while we risk our lives to save yours, that would be appreciated.
Half.
I will do my best. And from the rock face, behind where you all are, so on the side of the ridge, an insectoid creature will appear, the camouflage failing out of it. It looks like a large, it's about as tall as Vuk. It's got a sort of ant-like look to it, and it will reach to its belt and pull what looks like a sort of stone 3-pronged dagger, which it will look around and just hurl forward.
Nice.
And as it does, the Thri-Kreen will try to attack. Hits, yeah. One of the ones in the air will suddenly get hit by this and will go falling down to the ground to be at ground level. As the Chachka, which is what it is, goes flying out and impacts this thing, and it takes the damage and falls to the ground, it will arc around and fly back into its hand. One of its 4 arms.
Wicked. That's a really cool thing.
Yup. They certainly are. He will stand there looking at all of you with a marvelous. The only person who hears that is Cleo, and it's in your head of telepathic. What you will all hear is
Great.
Very clean. Do not speak common.
Wave.
Cleo, your turn.
Yep, can I give a mental little round of applause for that? Can I reach any of the flying ones?
One has just been downed to land by your feet by your new Thri-Kreen friend.
Yes, but that one's been injured. Can I reach any of the healthy flying ones?
Jump.
I was going to say you could run up off the...
I don't have that monkey...
No, not yet.
You used a key point to step of the wind to get here, which you only used to dash, which seems a shame. So
I have run out of key points.
I know. Roll me an acrobatics check to do some monk flippy shit to bounce off various bits of this wreck to then knock the other one out of the sky with your hammer.
Go on.
19.
Absolutely. Yeah, you do 2 steps up, and the hammer's quite long. You can easily then knock out of the sky to also be on the ground with the other one to be more easy access for everybody.
Counterweighting with the hammer.
Absolutely.
Great, I will do that. And I have 1 attack with the hammer and then 1 unarmed strike.
That's right.
Bonus action. Cool. I'm adding a +7 to both. So 1 is a 21 and 1 is a 24.
Cool, both hit. You first strike it with the hammer out of the sky, and then, if you will allow, do you want to land on it?
Obviously. You even have to ask.
Roll me the damage on both of those.
9 + 5, so 14 points damage with the hammer.
Yep.
And then obviously it'll be less with my feet.
Yes.
2 + 5, 7.
Yeah. You bat and land on top of it, and it looks quite badly damaged. It has also split open like the others, and you can see this sort of horrible black viscousness on the inside.
Still alive, but I'm on top of it.
Yeah.
Fun. Do I have any movement left to not be on top of it?
Yeah, I think you used a movement to do cool monk shit, didn't you?
I'll take that, yep, fair. I used all 40 feet of it, yeah.
Look at the way you did.
You had to jump real high.
I did a lot of extraneous somersaults.
With a big
you know how cool that looked? Each coolness factor is worth 5 feet.
I would really happily stand with my heel on its head trying to squish
Perfect. Yeah. The one that had its leg torn off by the chill touch, and that leg is now not rejoining, and the ooze underneath it looks like it's sort of strangely brittle, almost like it's falling apart underneath, is going to limp over towards... Who's in melee now? Esselus is there, and Cleo's there, but Cleo's got things nearby. I think it will try and limp towards Esselus because you ran up. And it is going to try and strike out at you. As it does...
I'm still at range.
Oh, you stayed at range. You stayed up and at range.
Yeah, because I can't... Like, really close would be bad. Okay. For my bow.
Then Cleo's the only person there.
Sorry.
Thanks, mate.
As a bug lands on you.
Fast as I can.
It is this strange scorpionoid one is moving towards you, and its stinger will lash out towards you. Cool. Does a 13 hit you?
Surely not.
Cleo.
Nope.
No. This strange stinger will come out towards you, and you can dodge it and manage to evade the attack towards you as it appears to drip with this strange black ichor, seemingly the same material that it's made of. In the meantime, it will also grab out of you because it has multi-attack. That's right. It will also grab out of you with its claws.
Love insects so much.
That's a 19 to hit.
That is my AC. Fine.
Wop.
I have some health.
5 points of damage, and you are grappled by it.
That's nice.
Your movement speed is 0. That's what grappled means, yes. Islam, Cleo's starting to look like She might be in trouble.
Nah.
Never mind. Cleo's there.
Your legs off.
There's two creatures. One Cleo is standing on. One is attacking and grabbing hold of Cleo. And there's one that's starting to slowly right itself and starting to buzz up in the air a little bit after you bombarded it with bugs.
Am I within melee distance yet?
If you fly another 30 feet, then yes, you will be.
I think that's the thing. I fly and then sort of... Again, I keep thinking of this like it's a Final Fantasy game where I sort of drop from the sky with my sword and...
You are welcome.
Yeah.
Nay, welcome is too light. I would personally adore if you did drop from the sky with your sword and Final Fantasy the shit out of this human woman. Oh no, bug. That's it. I'm sorry, it's Final Fantasy reference.
Yeah. I'm like, oh no, yeah, that's why I need more trauma. I'm like, oh dear.
Yes, kill this bug. It's called Aerith.
Yeah. I brought a flower for you. Too bad. I was like, yeah.
Sad thing is, you really level her up, and she seems like she's really good, and then no. Kill off a main character. Why don't you, Sephiroth? Go on then.
Okay. As I drop from, I think. Yeah, this is me attacking the one that's attacking Cleo.
Tom, because you can drop from the sky, I would like to establish something with you now in one of these early combat sessions, if you will. Yeah. You are always welcome to fly a bit higher so you drop a bit harder. However, you and the creature will take the full damage.
Ooh.
Interesting. Good to have that in my back pocket.
Yes.
Just remember that you are still a relatively squishy warlock.
And whilst it's cool, it hurts.
Well, we've just established rule of cool costs 5 feet. So.
Each one down.
Yeah. That was a dirty 20.
You absolutely. Which one are you going for?
As I said, if I pierce into the one that's attacking Cleo.
Oh, please.
So, first of all, that starts with 8 points of slashing, well, piercing, whatever, damage.
Yeah.
As I land, I cast out my hand, boom, and the bug fire blasts out. I now do 4 points. This is my green flame blade.
Oh, brilliant. Yes.
To the other one. So, boom, to hit the one that's trying to reform.
The one that is currently attacking and grappling Cleo, you land on and skewer. And as you do, this horrible black sticky liquid just splashes out in all directions, but this thing is not moving. And then as you turn and green flame blade and cast out at the one on the far side, automatically takes damage, yes?
Yes.
4?
Yes. 4 points. It would have been fire damage, but if you want to...
It's still fire damage, but it's just fire made of bugs. Good.
Fireflies, yeah.
Insect fire.
I assume we're both covered in the black ichor, and I just look at Cleo. I was like, sorry, I was trying something out. I didn't mean to... Sorry.
It was... yes.
The black ichor, just so you're both aware... It is like oil in that it is quite sticky. Simple rubbing will not remove it.
Oh, double.
Got to go for the special rubbing.
Yeah, double sorry.
Nice.
I don't think there's.
Sorry.
Double sorry, double rubbing.
I don't think there's dry cleaners in this world, but send me the bill. Again, I'm imagining Claire's looking at Rebecca's looking. I'm like, sorry. Slowly look. Oh, bug! What are we going to do?
Vuk, it is your turn.
Right. So, how many of them are left?
2.
Right. Am I going to be able to get there with 20 feet of movement?
Yes.
Okay. So in which case...
There are 2 of them. They're both 2 of them that were flying and are now at ground level thanks to one being under Cleo's foot and the other one having been bug bombardier.
Nice.
Twice.
So the one that's been bug bombarded,
yes.
I will run up to and sort of launch with the mace and the shield and try and bring it down on them.
Absolutely.
So
make your attack roll.
Give me a moment. Come on then, Shillelagh.
Squish that bug.
That's a natural one.
Don't squish that bug.
It's not going to happen. So yes, a 6 in total. I think is it because Can it be the thing that going for the enormous sort of overhand thing, I trip on the last second and therefore land with all my force about 6 inches away from where the bug is, just flat out on my face.
Oh no! You'll be prone. You okay with that?
Yep, I think that's just about fair.
Fino, there you are, Crunch.
I'm arrived.
Again, look back.
This whole ridge shudders ominously, like it's all made of rubble. So,
yeah, okay.
Will the Throw Queen say anything? Nope. They'll just look down at the collapsed person and just. Okay. Right.
Don't need to worry about that.
Vuk, since you're on the ground and prone, I mean, why wouldn't it? The one that you were going to take is going to fly down and start.
Yes.
Ooh, what's it going to try and do? It's going to try and
nibble.
It will try and sting you first. I think that's definitely a thing. It'll use its scorpionoid tail. An 11 won't hit you. Just like your plate arms gets a sort of a bang, bang, bang. Nothing.
Don't touch my ass.
You are face first in the ground, it's fair. It will also try and grab you. No, it's a 7. Bang, 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 bang. This is like on you.
When I turn over, you're in so much trouble.
Very loud metal banging noises on foot, but nothing happens. Cleo, the one on you is going to try and sting you in the foot.
Reasonable.
No, it's a 10 to hit.
Yay!
It will also try and claw you. Go on, roll over. Damn it. 5, 18. 5. 9 to hit. It's flailing under your foot with a kind of. It doesn't make any noise, but trying desperately to break free from under your foot, but can't.
Bad.
Nice.
It's Atlas's turn first.
My turn now?
Yes.
Okay. Are there any that are not underneath people?
Well, the one is on. Vuk is underneath one of them.
Oh, okay.
And one is underneath Cleo.
Okay. I will get the one that is on top of Vuk.
Sure.
And in my sights and like
ping it.
Yeah.
Ping it.
Just in the like an attempt to knock it off.
Yep. Ping it.
Oof. No. I got a 7 on the dice and that's just +8. So it goes wide.
It's only one shot. The AC is only 16.
Yeah.
But, I think you graze it. It flies across and it moves slightly. The carrier just cuts across with the top where it was and misses.
Sorry, Vuk.
The Thray Queen who is next to you will look down at you and will. I think it gives you a look. Very hard to read insectoid faces. I think there's a look.
It's a judgy hand.
It's not a judgy look. I wish I could tell you what it is, but it's very hard to read insectoid faces. It's more of a look of like. It's more of a look of like an well it happens, done it. Like it's that sort of like shit happens, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, was that next to me or next to Vuk?
No, next to you. It's also a ranged creature. But it doesn't have to be, but it's currently using range.
Okay.
Cool. Astariel, you also were stepping back, so you're at.
They've got this right. Like, there's nothing particularly worrisome happening here. Like, lots of things are dead. It looks fine, right? No one's in.
Vuk is on the ground, being bombarded in the arse. Apparently,
literally nothing happened. Even at advantage, even with the advantage of.
Oh, I didn't roll with advantage. Thank you for reminding me. I'll roll this again.
What one?
You're prone. 15. Cool. 15 won't hit you because your AC is currently what, 18?
20.
Oh, because the shield. Yeah, of course. All right, with advantage.
So now you have the shield in front of you or on your back?
No, it's on my back. Because it was above my head. I was going like that. And so it's
on his arse. It's shielding his arse.
The only thing they've done is do a little bit of damage to Cleo, right? Everything else, totally fine. Right, I'm going to go and try and take a sample of the oil, please.
Nice. Do that.
Never change.
You're going to enter a live combat situation and go, excuse me, just going to...
This isn't a horror film. It's like, I need to do my research. Sorry. I know Jason's trying to kill us,
look,
but...
It's more fun when it's hands-on. I presume I've got some vials on me.
You presume you've got some vials.
Look, totally.
Aster, are there vials in your inventory?
No, but...
Well, then do you have vials?
But I didn't know Aster was going to be like this, and if I had known, I would have made vials.
I'm really sorry, that's really not my problem right now.
I've got a mess kit, it can go in my mess kit.
You got what?
You can go in my mess kit. Got a little tin.
Sure, you can use your mess kit to scoop up some black ichor. You are welcome.
Do it.
Yeah, cool. Does that take a roll, or...?
Roll me a survival check to see how much black ichor you get.
Does it have to be survival? Can it be some sort of intelligence-based check?
No.
Natural 20 for a 19.
You get a sizable portion. You get a sizable portion of ichor.
Great.
Like your mess kit is full of ichor.
Great, I'm going to put the lid on it.
Yeah.
And put it away.
It's a good thing there's no food in that mess kit, that's all I'm saying.
And then just stand there in amongst the chaos, just watching everyone. I got no bonus actions.
In the midst of...
Great choices.
In the midst of combat, you just see us just like picking flowers, and it's like, well, that's interesting. And then one of us gets blasted across the screen and then runs back in.
If you were dying, it would be a different conversation, but you're all fine.
The Thrycreen will throw its Chachka again. Chachka. No, it's only a 10. This one will also go wide, will go flying around, then we'll come back into the other hand. Misses. Cleo.
Hello, I would like to stomp mine into the dirt, please.
Cool, roll me a stomp.
Can I...
Warhammer stomp.
Yeah,
you are
Warhammer
welcome to
stomp, otherwise-
I will always say this to every monk ever. If you want to flavour your monk weapon as I do a kick and it's particularly hard, go for your life. I do not care.
Yeah, but the weight of my Warhammer gives extra gravity
Yeah, it's fine.
to the stomp.
Yes.
Thanks. 17 plus 7.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, it's got 3 hit points. It's dead.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It's got 11 damage, so bye-bye.
Describe how you'd like to stomp it to death. Stompy death.
I think just looking at Aster, like, I'm fighting.
You're fine. There's
doing well.
Not even a scratch on you.
I still have a bonus. Is there another one?
Yes, there's one on Vuk.
Great, I'll go and hit that. Well, I'll kick that one as well. Great. Hi, Vuk.
Is that what you get?
Mind his tumpus!
You're all...
Another that 20.
Oh my god!
Oh.
I only double my d4s. It's not that impressive. That, and one of them was a 1 and 4, so 5 plus 5 plus 5.
10.
Am I plussing 5? I am.
You add 5 to your attack rolls, yes.
So another 10 damage. Hi, I'm just gonna come and kick. Thanks. Hi.
Your dex is 20, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, then you add 5, that's fine. You step over to this one and you tear it off Vuk. You kick it off Vuk and it will also do that thing that the other one did, but this time it's the other side of the ridge. So the ridge is quite a long way up as you went and then it curves down a little bit. So you, boom, it just, there's a little mechanical woo as it doom, 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 goes all the way down the hill, falling bits off, ichor going everywhere as it goes, and it is warm, buttery toast.
Well, that was impressive. Thank you.
Sorry, what you hear is...
Yes.
Are you all right?
Only thing that died was my dignity. It's fine.
Okay.
Cleo, in your head, you will hear, "Marvelous work! You are extremely capable warriors. Without you, I would surely have perished." Something in the middle of you all is this Thrycreen. Look, you all going click, click. You all go...
What's going on?
They're saying well done. Hello, I'm Cleo. Who are you and where are you from?
Are you saying this verbally?
Telepathically.
Okay. I was travelling with my compatriots, who it appears are now deceased, which is an awful thing to have happened to them. Looking into it, you can see that there are a number of other Thrycreen, about 3, that all look like they have been attacked and damaged and hurt.
Oh. No one really dies here, so they might be up and about in a little bit.
That is an intriguing prospect that I was not aware of. Where are we exactly, if you have the wherewithal to give me any kind of geographical information?
They're not telling me their name, and they're asking where we are. I don't know where we are. Asta, you're clever. Can you think of a way of explaining that we don't know where we are in a sort of pithy, non-terrifying way?
Maybe like we're in a space where lost ships go?
Maybe.
We fell through a sort of hole in the plains, and now we're in a sort of lost plain where lots of lost ships end up that's not connected to anywhere. Well, welcome. We got here yesterday. It's horrible.
A lost plane. How curious a concept this is. I will have to explore it further. Do you have some kind of grouping or place I can rest?
Are you nice and trustworthy?
That is a complicated question to answer under the proceedings. Myself and my compatriots were traveling through the Astral Sea on a mission of revenge, but it appears that is going to be hard to come by in this place.
What sort of revenge?
Many of our people were killed by a group of other Thrycreans. We were off to destroy them in return.
But then wouldn't they destroy you, and then you would destroy them, and then...
I agree, the cycle of violence is endless.
They sound a bit bloodthirsty, and they want to know the way back to the sanctuary. I feel a bit bad about giving them directions when we don't know anything about them. Should we invite them to stay with us, and then if they come back with us and they prove to be a bit murdery, we're there?
We don't... Yeah, I mean, maybe say that we can take them back, but wait. We'll kind of look at them and go, and then lean over to Cleo and like try and whisper it. Is it not getting that they can't understand? Anyway.
Well, they might be able to understand.
They're looking at you all with a kind of, I mean, it's an insect face again, but a slight amusement.
We've only just arrived, and I'm not quite sure how to give you directions at this point. But if you stay with us, once we're finished collecting, you can come back with us.
I would be most proud and honoured to travel with such capable and courteous warriors as yourselves. You are truly a force to be reckoned with, except for that one. Points at Fook.
He's nice too. He's just had a lot to deal with. Can you talk to all of us so we're not cutting out all of my friends?
I can certainly attempt to speak to each one individually if that would be an easier prospect for you.
No, it's fine. I just, as long as you don't. I know. I don't mind. It's however you normally communicate. I just don't want to be rude.
My species are telepathic, therefore it is common for us to communicate with individuals. I can attempt to speak to other individuals if you would prefer.
No, I'm happy to talk. Just yes, I'll repeat it back to these people.
Marvelous.
Cleo, if you can ask them if they've got any supplies that we can use, I think it'd be placed. Hello, Euston Din.
If you do that, then you'll hear in your head, greetings and felicitations.
I hope your travel was a pleasant one.
Not quite so. Our ship unfortunately encountered some probabilities on the way of issues and thus has crash landed on this planet.
So I see. My condolences. Basically, we're on a little bit of a scouting party trying to find supplies, food. We're wondering if
supplies are at a rationed limit, I see.
Yes. Well, because we sort of gesture to the others, sort of like we're trying to work out. If you do have anything that might be of use, medical supplies, food, we would appreciate. We're not trying to take them off you, but if you want to come with us and bring your supplies.
I believe in sharing with the collective as a more valuable way of approaching life than holding things to oneself, so we'll very happily share the remainder of my meagre supplies with the group.
I also believe that, but not all of my party does, which is, again, now, being very honest, now it's just a telepathic thing. But, yes, no, thank you. I don't know, do you have a name? Do you have something we can call you?
We find that communicating with people of your ilk makes our language communications very difficult. We tend to come across very differently from how we would in our regular conversation, and our names are almost unpronounceable.
Fair enough. I just think it's polite to ask first.
What we often say in these situations is, you may give me a name.
Oh.
Our new friend doesn't currently have a name that we could understand, so if we want to, I mean...
And?
Well, considering this is bug at the moment,
yes, keep to the theme.
Yeah.
Could they at least say their name so we can try?
Yeah.
Okay.
Try and learn their name.
Nice.
Was that? Did they make that noise? Or just like, no, that's
very impressive. The first go.
Achievable.
Yes, it needs a battle. Come over here. Oh, fuck it.
Come here. No, that's your brother.
What did you say about my mom?
We could just... It feels weird to give someone else a name.
Yeah, because we can't speak your language well enough. Can you give yourself a name you'd be happy for us to call you?
I do not know many names in your language. Could you give me an example or two of some kind of communicatable epithet that I could use in this scenario?
Bernard.
Well, I'm Cleo, and that's Vuk, and that's Uslam, and Etelis, and Aster or Astel. You basically just...
Those are your names. If I use your name, that is even more confusing.
But just put 2 or 3 syllables together, and it's...
2 or 3 of your syllables together, very well. I will call myself...
D.
Avuklam.
Avuklam. That will do. Avuklam.
Avuklam.
Lovely.
Okay. Avuklam has joined the party.
But my name was not included, but...
Kind of...
Avuklamo.
That just gets really long after a while.
Avuklam.
Avuklam.
Is anyone else sleepy?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I barely used anything, and I have got a lot of goo to play with.
Yeah, I mean, currently coated.
Yeah, no, sorry about that. I actually, I decided that I wasn't going to need that cantrip today, so I swapped it out this morning. But I can get it back tomorrow.
Could you? Tomorrow, that would be good.
Yeah, sorry. I thought mending was going to be more useful, but as it turns out, probably not.
In the meantime, anyone want to sit down just for like an hour and then...
Yeah. I mean, well, we can...
was a lot of fighting for some of us.
If you need a rest, we can just kind of help Avuklam gather supplies and also wait on Avuklam's friends.
Avuklam has started going through the ship.
Do we need all of us for that, or do you mind if I've got this pot?
Just, I'll help. Avuklam
doesn't like to join in.
As you are searching the ship around Avuklam, Avuklam's shipmates will not return. After a certain while, you realize they are not coming back to life.
Ooh.
You could ask Avuklam about it if you want to. Avuklam's ship has medical supplies. What I will say is you have another healing pack, like Uslam's, very useful. And food. It's not particularly... It doesn't look good, but there's a form of palatable food that you could bring back that would probably... Like, it's more food than you've seen in a while from in that encampment, so it's probably a sizable haul, if you will.
Vuk's very keen to gather all that up.
Yeah, absolutely. You can ask about Avuklam's shipmates if you want to. Otherwise, I'll move to Aster and the Liquid.
Yes.
Terrible indie band.
How long have you been here? And how long was it since your friends?
Doesn't speak Common Ed.
Oh, God, of course.
You have to do I still have the mental connection, or do you want to?
At the moment, yeah.
Vuk was asking.
Yes, my friend. You had something you wish to say.
Do you want to sort of like gestures? Like, put it into.
Is that in my head?
What you'll get now is felicitations and greetings, my good sir.
Yes, hello. I was wondering how long you'd been here, and how long it was since your compadres snuffed it.
My companions passed on during the advent of the crash. One of them was surviving, but one of those nasty insectoid creatures decided to take a piece of him. I do not fully understand what the purpose of that was for. Regardless, they are no longer living, so they are dead. I do not understand the question.
Only that technically I am also dead, but yet I am walking around. We thought that was one of the things that happened here.
Sorry. He's gonna walk up and poke you. You seem very alive to me. Like, grabs your shoulders. No,
well,
still very alive. Living. Very much living.
Well, they seem to like you.
I have done a thorough medical examination of you and have finally conclusively concluded that you are indeed alive.
Someone else needs to take this over because I'm not sure I don't know if I can explain this.
Hi, me again.
Philistines greetings, good sir.
Hey, Aslam. Yes, we're sort of, again, we're sorry for your compatriots.
Do not worry.
Okay. Is that not a... Do you need to do something with the bodies, or... Now they've passed, or do you just...
They gave their lives in service of a higher purpose, the purpose of our mission. It did not succeed, but that does not mean the mission will not succeed. Ergo, they have fulfilled their purpose.
Right. Good. And have gone on to... Do you have an afterlife, or is it all in the present?
That is a peculiar question. We have a contextual afterlife that we believe in. That being said, we do not have any formalized belief system.
Fair enough.
Are you saying they have not gone on to this afterlife you speak of?
Possibly. Again, we're trying to work things out. We're new here as well, but as well, you got quite chummy with Vuck there, and Vuck sustained quite a serious injury in our arrival here, which would have killed them, seems to have killed them, but
they are still walking and talking. I have a healing salve that I can generate from my person, if that would help you.
Maybe a healing salve. Look at that. Maybe a healing salve might help. Do you? It's worth a try.
Very well.
Look at Vuck. We're going to salve you. Look back.
They will turn back to Vuck and hock a loogie, basically.
Yes.
And just wipe it on you. Just, and you will get in your head. Felicitations and greetings, good sir. This will heal you.
Good. Bit so glad. What does it smell of?
No, it's not phlegm, is it?
Because I don't think that smells of much. Is it that earthy like smell that you get off ants?
I think it's that. Let's see. There's definitely a savouriness to it, like a salty savouriness to it, a bit like miso, but an umami.
Got you. Well, thank you kindly. Where is
smoky?
Where is it that you excrete this from exactly?
There is a gland in my neck.
Right. Fine. Thank God you said neck. All right.
You are most welcome, good friend.
Absolutely. Is it doing anything to me at all?
No.
You smell of smoky miso. You're welcome.
And a miso bath. I'm so glad.
As I said, none of us have had a bath since we got here.
I know. I'm feeling I'm cleanest of everybody.
Yeah.
No, far from it. You are now the dirtiest of everyone. That being said, Islam and Cleo are covered in goo, which has been, Asta, what are you doing with the goo?
Right. Does it look like it's still alive?
Hard to say. It moves slightly weirdly.
If I get some little bits of things off the floor, or like things out of my kit, like, my, I don't know,
spoon,
fork, yeah.
Yep.
And put them in, does it start like...
It starts trying to form a sort of protective surface around itself, yes.
That's so exciting. And do I feel like it's psychically linked to Sevit? Like, is it mine now, or is it still Sevit's?
You have no idea.
Can I cast Identify on it?
Sure.
It's going to take me 10 minutes.
Well, you've got an hour because Claire's resting for the hour to get key points back, and it'll take an hour to salvage from the ship, which is also very insectoid, by the way. As you identify this material, it is organic, but there are particulates in it that are inorganic. Some kind of... Are you aware of grey goo?
Me personally or Astel?
I think you personally is probably more useful.
No idea.
Nanobots. You can do a lot with nanobots to make them form an almost...
I'm aware of nanobots.
Okay,
it's a possible apocalypse.
Exactly. Grey goo is nanobots breaking everything down till there's nothing left. This material looks like it is swarming with small magical impulses that you could identify potentially as lots and lots and lots and lots of tiny robots.
That belong to Sevet.
You don't know that.
Are they being controlled by someone?
You don't know that.
How can I find that out?
From an identify spell? I think you can find out that they're probably remotely controlled, yeah.
So this is not my goo. This is still Sevet's goo.
Yes.
God damn it.
This is not my beautiful goo.
This is not my goo.
Will you tell any of us that?
Well, I've not decided what I'm going to do with it yet.
I will say this, if you put it down on the ground, it will grow itself some legs and wander off.
No, I'm not putting it down. It's mine.
Okay.
Can I cast mending on it?
Sure. If you do, it will expand. The goo itself, the amount of it will spread and expand.
Oh, Lord.
That didn't help.
Lord, this is right.
Can I cast sleep on it?
You want to cast a first level spell on it?
Well, it might make the nut. I mean, it'd only be for a minute. It's probably not worth it. I want to keep it, but also I want to keep it. I'm going to keep it. Can I just squish it back into its little box, close the box, and then just put it in my rucksack?
Yeah, it flails a little. You get the sense that if it had a mouth, it would scream.
My pet.
Your name should be Pandora. I think that box is a very dangerous thing.
I guess if you're keeping it, it doesn't matter if you tell the rest of us that, like, it's still connected to Sevet, possibly.
Hey, on the plus side, if you put fire near it, you would have had a thing moment of it screeching and spreading out massively. But didn't have that. Anyway, as Asta is collecting a new pet, this is fine, and as your new friend, who appears to have been taught common by a GIF,
there we go.
You are able to rest for an hour, get your key points back, short rest if you need to, and anything you need to get from a short rest, and that's what we'll pick up next time.
Okay, ready to rock and roll. Wow.
Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did. If you enjoyed, we are playing every Tuesday from now until the end of time. Probably not that long. We don't know when we're going to stop. We're going to be playing on Tuesdays for as long as we're enjoying ourselves, as long as you're enjoying it too. So that's us for Tuesdays for the time being. On Mondays, we are currently playing episode 4 of this. We are currently doing the final episode. Yesterday would have been the final episode of Nat's campaign Nexus, which was all sci-fi and cool and lots of fun playing. And then next week will be because we do one-shots every 3 weeks. You know, I'm not sure. I believe that Ali's show will be on relatively soon. We take breaks every now and again for one-shots where we're doing our long-running campaign on Tuesdays, so we might be in a week where we're about to take a break, I'm not sure. But on Mondays, I think we're about to start Ali's new campaign, which is called... It's a Divergent something.
Dream?
No, that was the last one.
We're doing it again.
A Distorted Revelation. There we go. Ali and his titles. But yes, join us on Tuesdays for a Distorted Mondays, for a Distorted Revelation, which is Ali's new show, with an all-new cast doing something exciting in ARM. Still things in ARM. Anyway, join us that on Mondays. And on Fridays, we have Talking is a Free Action or Talk Together, where we do our chat shows with ourselves, other people in the TTRPG industry, talking about what we do, why we do it, and why it's sensible. Have we ever talked about that? We should. But anyway. Anyway, that's that. Social medias, join us on them. They're great. Everyone loves a social media post. Everyone loves social media. Everyone.
Have you broken?
No,
can you just finish? Just finish the intro, Chris.
No, we're good.
Outro.
Yes.
Massive thank you to the D20 Club on Patreon. You're marvellous, you're wonderful. You let us do all this stuff and couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much. And thank you to all our sponsors and supporters.
Thank you very much indeed.
Don't forget, all of our shows are streamed at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg. You can find all of our content archived at youtube.com/rolltogetherrpg. And all of our shows should be available as podcasts. Just search for Roll Together RPG. Grand. Thank you so much, everyone. See you next week. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.